about animal crackers, bears and tigers, of the old days. I went to the animal fair, the birds and the beasts were there. The old baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair, and the monkey he got drunk and sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees, and that was the end of the monk.
Tonight, we each take an artist and we build their ultimate album from their entire catalog. And then each of us gets the opportunity to add a bonus track. So you get a 12-song monster album, perhaps what could have been their masterpiece. But until then, you're going to get more shenanigans, more alcohol-fueled brutality, and more of Lynch trying to kill the intro right here tonight on the Logan Jabroni Show. And welcome to the Logan Jabroni Show. Lynch cannot figure out how to work his phone. We're getting what we just said out loud, all over it. You don't have a volume gimmick on the side that you can, does it go all the way down and mute it? Oh, look at that. You finally made it. Eat shit and live, my man. But having said that, welcome back to the Logan Jabroni Show. Live every Tuesday night on YouTube, and whenever Eddie gets around to uploading it on iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you steal your favorite podcast from. I am Chris Burns. I am the Jabroni. To my immediate right,
Chris Lynch.
And the man in the box, the man with the hour, and all that gimmick.
Looking for somebody who knows how to use his phone.
Pretty much.
I mean, me, obviously.
Back in the day, that was like either, depending on what week it was Mike or myself. Somebody had their volume way too high, and you start hearing the reverb. Did I just say that? I did just say that.
You did, like a minute ago.
Yeah, well.
I'm sorry.
I just want to say hello to all my Red Shield friends who are watching, as usual. Keep it coming. Keep bringing it on, and we'll talk about that next week, because I want to make sure that the challenge will be met. And I'm sure Eddie will have fun with it. I'll tell him.
I'm sure you will.
You'll have fun with it. You've been waiting for this since November.
Oh, God, yeah.
So let's just say we don't believe. We don't believe in the flat Earth.
Oh, come on.
Nobody should. Earth. Yeah.
Earth.
Flat Earth. Found a new victim, by the way.
Well, I did see a documentary on.
Did you watch the thing on Netflix, Beyond the Curve?
There's one on YouTube.
I gotta check that out. Is that the Logan Paul one?
No, the one that says the Earth is a donut, not flat. But
Excuse me, I haven't done this in a while.
A donut.
The fuck?
It's out there.
Yeah, it's
like
out
45
there.
minutes, and it's worth the watch.
It's out there.
The Earth is on top of a flying turtle.
I've heard that one too.
A turd, maybe.
I'm not quite sure how any of that works. I did watch. I can't remember what night it was. Fuck me running. But there was a debate. They had two Globe Earth guys, really good, scientific. Everything was like concise, and they brought the pain. And then you had Nathan Thompson, former guest of the show. I'm not proud of that. And this new guy who looks like he should be a really bad Muslim villain in a Die Hard movie. His name was Joshua Michael, but when you look it up, he's got 40 different names. Claims to be a scientist. He's really a dance instructor. He claims to be a physicist. He really has a degree in liberal arts and all this other hokey doke bullshit. Claims he was
John Kerry?
much like that. Yes. Also claims he's got all sorts of military experience, although no one can find it. So
Blumenthal?
close.
Oh, pretty close. Pretty close.
So I'm watching these two guys. Every time they get schooled, their screen goes black. They got the four-corner screen gimmick going on. So every time Nathan or Joshua gets schooled, the screen goes blank. And you know what they're doing. They're going to a Google machine. They're trying to find something that supports their bullshittery. And they come back. They never answer a question. You experienced this back in November. You ask a straight question, and you get a question back. Well, why can't anybody answer me this? Because that's not what this is about. You're in a debate. You ask a question, you give an answer, and then you rebut. Robert's Rules of Order. Am I wrong?
No.
I mean, anybody who went to school for, 4 minutes has learned Robert's Rules of Order insofar as a debate.
I was in College Congress for 2 years.
Right.
And that's Robert's Rule of Order.
So they say they want to debate. They don't want to debate. Fuck them. I just want to bring them on here and embarrass them. But the video went out. The challenge is the gauntlet's been thrown down, motherfuckers. Bring it. What's on your mind right now?
Tiger Woods.
Good
Talked
call.
about this just before the show. The first championship at the Masters since 2008.
Yes.
So let's forget about where his penis put him in the last few years.
Or where he put it.
Or where he put it. The guy is a great fucking golfer. I hate golf. My mom's dad was a phenomenal golfer. He tried to teach me. I have zero patience for it. Zero. But I appreciate the people that can do that job well.
Yeah.
Again, I could go right down the street here from your house
Golf course is right down the road.
and fucking whack a ball all night long. I can't get close to the hole. I just don't have the patience. I don't have the discipline to learn how to play that game. If people joke about it, and people say, "Oh, golf's not really a sport,"
Try it.
You have to have the fucking. And I did. And
No, I'm not saying you. If somebody says that,
No, but that's exactly.
I
my
say
point.
the same thing about auto racing, which when I go into what's on my mind, very cool story.
Oh, cool. And I feel the same way about law racing as well. Yeah. Oh, you're driving left-hand turn the whole fucking time. You're just hitting a ball all day long. It's how you hit the ball, your technique, your skill, how to hit close to the green and get it on the fairway, where you can get the advantage over your opponent. Because you're literally playing tennis with a fucking golf ball. That's
Well,
really
when
what
you
you're doing.
Consider this: when you're driving a golf ball, the ball is about yay big, the size of a golf ball, not the kind idiots bounce on the end of a fucking hammer and never mind.
No.
But then you have the head of the golf club, which is about yay big, the size of an arm.
Yeah.
And it gets smaller depending on depending on how close you are. You have the 3 this and the 4 this and the shimmy and the schnabitz and the fernum, all of it. And it's very difficult. It does take a lot of just concentration and focus. It's just wow. Like you, I used to go down.
You can't golf either.
Yeah, Focus cannot golf, and he knows it.
Well, and they always say, don't talk about backswing. That's not a fucking
That's a real
joke.
thing.
That's a real thing because the backswing is the important part of your entire game.
I used to go.
If you can't get your swing perfect,
You're not
you're not going to hit the pin.
We were just talking before we went on. A friend of ours, Jim Lalamere, former guest of the show and longtime friend of both of ours. We used to go down to the driving range in Norwich, just smacking them. Yeah, Nippies, and when the one at the golf course, Malerba's. Yes. And it was right after basketball was a big thing, so someone's in their backswing, we're like, Steve Perry! And somebody would Dave Winfield the club over. We actually had a game where when the guy was out there in the tractor collecting the golf ball, see if we could hit the tractor. It was that good.
I'm strictly mini golf.
I can see that. I
can't
same
even
thing.
I
We got reports of a bad echo going on. Is there something that we're doing wrong?
All right, so my phone is all the way down.
So is mine. I'm not even rigged up to the thing. Echo. Yeah, we got a report of a bad echo at the minute. So, the Red Show is reporting it.
Red Chill.
Big ups to the Red Show. That's all right. Let's just keep moving on and see if it dissipates. We'll do
Did
something.
we hit a button here somewhere?
Possibly. I don't know. Yeah, now I hear it because that's got the audio up. Is the gimmick button on? How about now? Let's wait. I don't know how much of a delay there is.
Hello.
Wait, we're on like a delay, so we have to find out. Somehow the horseshit. I don't know if it's the horseshit button. Which button it is? Is this orange one? Can I do this?
I don't know. We'd hear that.
Hello.
If I did the horseshit button, hold on. Horseshit. No, I don't hear anything. Okay, now we're gonna have this problem. So, guys, have fun with our ethereal gimmickry bullshit. Oh wait, sounds like it's gone.
No,
you guys
it's
are
still
with
there.
us. No, you hear that?
Yeah, it's you.
It's less. Do you hear it now?
There you are.
Yeah, it's back. Okay.
Hello.
You guys get to hear it as it happens. I don't know if Ed can clean this up in post, but Red Show says it's all gone. Good now, guys. I don't know what we did or how we
Thank
did
you.
it, but fuck it. All right, so going back. Tiger Woods. Yes, golf and concentration and stuff.
So, on to you.
Okay. So we had the Boston Marathon yesterday.
Yes,
Everybody
we did.
knows about it.
Patriots Day.
Yep. And one of the guys who ran the Boston Marathon and came in with a spectacular time of 3 hours, 9 minutes, and a handful of seconds. The driver of the number 48 Chevrolet, Jimmy Johnson, who I don't like to give a lot of props to.
Well, good for him.
Yes.
Good for him.
Now, if only you could take that to the track.
Well,
I
that's
know,
what I
right?
said. I said this was his best run in 18 months. And if you check out tomorrow's C&J Speedway Review live on YouTube, go find C&J Speedway Review. Have a good
Yeah.
time. Learn yourself something about racing. I was proud, and what I did not know was that he ran it. One of his crew guys was the brother of Sean Collier, the cop that got shot by the Tsarnaev brothers.
Oh my God! Really?
So there's a connection there.
Wow.
So, since the Boston Marathon bombing, Jimmy Johnson would invite the Collier family up. Pit passes, the whole nine. Give him the red carpet treatment. And he thought, what better way can I, honor his memory than to run the Boston Marathon? Well, NASCAR guys, whether you believe it or not, this isn't the 80s, this isn't the early 90s. These guys are athletes. Don't believe me? Look up Carl Edwards, Men's Health. Look up Casey Kane. Look up Kevin Harvick. Look up, as much as I hate to say his name, Kyle Busch has a pretty strict workout regimen.
Yeah.
Kevin Harvick manages Misha Tate in the UFC under his management company, and he rolls with some of the people that train Misha Tate. So
Try
Good
keeping
on
a
him.
grip on these steering wheels when they're going 180 miles per hour.
exactly.
Or like motocross, same
Yep.
thing. Try holding on to that bike.
You don't get P breaks. You don't get to stop at Taco Bell. You don't get to, stretch your legs. This is 500 miles of badassery.
And
And
you
there power
literally
steering
shit
or
your
no power
pants.
steering these cars.
It's a modified type power steering. It's not the kind we enjoy every day. There's a lot of
They don't want a lot of weight in these cars. when
No,
they build
not
them,
at all. So,
They take the weight out, and the roll cage
Yep.
basically replaces the weight of the
Right.
underframe.
Yeah.
So it's like tit for tat
yeah.
at that point. But 180 miles an hour.
And especially when you hit a
And-
bump at 60, it pisses you off. You hit a bump at 180, your whole car wiggles.
So since the 2000s with the restrictor plate.
Restrictor plates came in 95.
All right, so early 90s,
Mm-hmm.
mid 90s, restrictor plate racing. People complained that they can't get the same
Mm-hmm.
enjoyment out of the race.
The fans, but the drivers were complaining at first. The car doesn't feel right.
But fuck me, at 212 miles an hour, if I can take a left-hand turn and not fucking crash into the wall,
Mhm.
I'm happy.
Rusty Wallace has a story where sometime in the late 90s, like 97, 98, they went down to Talladega to test. and he's getting his car ready for the season. And he said, guys, why don't you take the restrictor plate off, see what we can do.
Oh my God.
He hit 239 on the backstretch at Talladega, immediately hit the brake, pulled in, and he goes, guys, I felt like any second that car was just going to go airborne.
And it's a fucking God-fearing experience.
And that's a guy who's been ass over tea kettle at Talladega
driving
twice.
for fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
Years and years. So what's the difference at 235, 189?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, guys. You're still driving a fucking car that can kill you at
Mhm.
any moment. That's why they have the fucking...
Ask Dale.
Yeah, ask Dale Earnhardt. What
Neil
was it?
Bonnet. In practice,
I don't think
Kenny
we can
Irwin.
ask any of these
Adam
guys.
Petty.
Was it 2 days ago? Was the anniversary of the death of Dale Earnhardt?
Oh, no, that's a month and change ago. It was
Oh,
his anniversary
okay.
of his birthday.
Oh, okay. I saw something pop out
Yeah.
on social media.
Yes.
I didn't know if it was
I
his
still
birthday or
remember
his
that
death.
day.
But
So
I
do
remember
I.
the date, 2001.
Ridiculous, yeah.
You remember-
February 18th.
February
Remember
18th,
the
2001.
Dale Earnhardt soda machines getting lynched?
Oh, yeah, the one down in Groton by
Not me.
the Hellcat.
Not by me.
I would drive by that and go, you know what? I might just go steal that Translate and then it was gone 2 days later.
One of the local shop guys had one outside his shop in Norwich. He immediately pulled that machine in because he knew that might happen.
I know where that shop is. I used to see it every day
Yeah.
driving to work. Yeah.
Yep.
He pulled it into his shop because he's like, oh, they're going to lynch this.
Mm-hmm.
Like anything, people were going after
Oh,
anything
yeah.
they could Dale Earnhardt at the time.
It's nuts. And the death of Dale Earnhardt, as tragic as it was, brought in so many safety modifications. And if I could, I'd reach up. There's a couple 2001 cars up there. If I still had some of them, there was some later models. The roof flaps, the deck lids on the hood, they have flaps. So when you turn and you're going backwards, those flaps come up and push your car back down on the ground.
And just the whole neck restraint.
Oh, the Hans device, head and neck
Hans,
restraint.
yeah.
Yeah.
The whole Hans device was based upon
Now,
his death.
I'm reading on here that these cars didn't even have power steering until 1981.
yes.
No, they didn't.
Yep.
The original cars were fucking
Mhm.
stock cars.
Yep. Just
You
painted.
raced,
And
raced,
thus
raced.
the name.
Yep.
Stock car
Stock car
racing.
Now, does it always work?
No.
because I
No.
could point to 2009, and I brought it up on C&J Speedway Review. You guys can look this up on YouTube at any time. Brad Keselowski getting his first ever win a couple years before his championship. Him and Carl Edwards are going at it, and they're banging, banging, banging. They're getting around that dogleg at Talladega, and you've been there. You know how fast they're going.
Oh, yeah.
They're going 200 easy. He just tips Carl Edwards. The car goes airborne into the catch fence, rolls the catch fence, comes back, rolls the track. This car is just fucking shambles. He walked away. The only thing he had was a mild concussion. He spent a week on the sidelines. He was good. That car and all those safety features, that catch fence, saved his life, the lives of easily hundreds of people. Well, too easy. Those guys are athletes. Anybody who wants to say that a NASCAR driver is not an athlete, challenge me. Or better yet, go to your Twitter machine
Challenge me,
and
'cause
challenge them.
After our last episode,
Mhm.
I tagged you in that post of
Yes.
a crash. What?
Mike
race was it?
Harmon.
Mike Harmon.
Yeah.
How the fuck did he walk away from
Anybody
that?
who wants to know what we're talking about, Mike Harmon is in
Oh, my God.
qualifying. This is back in the days of real qualifying. No, practice. And he comes around turn 4 at Bristol, loses control. The car hits the wall. It starts to spin. Another car, full steam, hits the
Plows
car.
right into his T-bone side and fucking disintegrates
Yep,
the car.
and they do the whole shadow circle thing. This is where Mike Harmon is. They disintegrated the car. You can see him.
Unbelievable.
Gets out, walks in. He walks away.
He walked away from that fucking accident. Now, I challenge you, any of you, our viewers, listeners, whatever you are.
Ambulance chasing motherfuckers. You probably go, oh, my neck.
But I challenge any of you to get in that accident on 395 North going towards Plainfield
Mm-hmm.
at 7 a.m. Eddie knows.
I know the road very well.
He knows the road very well because he used to work up in that area. I challenge any
I
of you.
still live up.
Yeah.
Well, you still live there, but
Yeah.
you come south. You hit the
I got to go north to go home.
Yeah.
well, you hit
from
the
here.
you hit the assholes at.
Oh, I know those
What
assholes.
time you go to work?
5. I get out at 5, so I hit the assholes going to work and coming back.
Yeah, he gets
So at exit 83 near Basra, you hit those fucking assholes
Yep.
who just come in and just fucking they have no
Whipping
pay,
it.
no mind,
Yep.
and just fucking come in.
And luckily, there's no police cars that do that either. Bullshit.
I will tell you, I got pulled over twice, just past 83 at the one spot on the right as you go past 83, past about.
Not bad.
No,
Not
you
bad.
made the face.
Shut up.
Upon first sip, yes.
So I got pulled over twice by the same cop
Mhm.
in a week.
The same fucking cop. You gotta
He was about
love
this
it.
fucking tall, like this fucking tall.
You
And
gotta
he said,
love
"You know how
it.
fast you're going?" I'm like, "As fast as the traffic." It's 6:30 in the morning
Mhm.
on a Monday, so I'm going 50.
I'm going with the traffic.
Oh no, you're going 75.
Or shit.
I said, "I want you to prove to me that I was going 75 miles an hour."
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't.
Of course you can't.
Did you tag me? Did you radar me? Do you have a printout of how fast I was going? No.
Well, then I wasn't doing it.
Well, I paced you getting behind you.
Yeah, the pacing.
Oh.
That's bullshit. Bullshit.
So instead of
You-
getting the lead guy, you get the ass end guy.
it was just after I bought my fucking brand new Silverado truck.
That's a gorgeous truck.
Within 2 fucking months, I got pulled over twice
By the same
fucking cop, and I go to the court, and the judge is like, yeah, no,
Yeah, you're good.
you're good.
Mr. Lynch, go home.
Yeah, you're
Mr.
good.
Cop, thank you.
What
Fuck you,
pisses
bye.
me off because I dated someone. Same thing happened. They paced her, and they tried to sweat her out in the courthouse. Kept coming out. Like every hour, they'd try to make her they'd make her a new deal.
Well,
and she'd say
which
no.
is bullshit
She'd
because
say no,
Fight it.
and then finally, towards the end, they're like, "If you donate to this fund, we'll drop all charges." Okay.
Yeah. Here's $5. Go carry
It
your
was,
ass.
it was literally like donate to the police fund. We'll
here you
drop
go,
all
fuck
charges.
you,
Sure.
thank you, fuck
Here's
you, bye.
$5. Go carry your
Thank
ass.
you for wasting my- thanks for
exactly,
wasting my
Lynch.
time.
Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Yeah.
Eddie, anything on your mind? I know you're happy
just
about Jimmy Johnson. That's your boy.
was.
I know.
I no longer am in part of that life.
If Keats Appliances had a driver, all you, bro, all
Exactly.
you.
Exactly.
I already picked out your driver. I'll reveal it tomorrow night.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Well, he was working for that company who happened to sponsor that
No,
driver.
all I would say is, hey, Jimmy Johnson's paying the bills right now.
Yeah, right.
He's in all the training videos. They put the red vest
He
on
is.
him.
He
But I got a
Yes.
new guy because there is something that you use. I've been to your house every day, and during the Bristol race, I happened to
The
see a
spam
sponsor.
car?
No, that's up here. That's it's all but gone. You see the spam car up there?
I love spam.
Yeah.
The spam car he was going to walk away
I was going to
from.
walk away from
The
Angela.
damn- Are you
Angela,
serious?
in
Oh
all
my
her
God, come
infinite
on.
wisdom. Well, I had that car back in the day. I used to collect the NASCAR diecast. I had
I built
hundreds.
that. I built that fucking model back in like.
Dude,
Nice.
we had
Whenever
this
the fuck it
big
was.
episode talking about
spam.
And,
2 weeks
like,
later,
we were like cracking up for like 45, 50 minutes about spam and all these spam facts. And like months down the line, you text me a picture of this spam car. I'm like, oh, did you grab it? No. And I'm like, what is it?
Well,
Like,
his second question was
what-
how much?
How much was it? I'm thinking it's a few $100, so that's why I
$650.
didn't buy it. I'm like, you didn't fucking buy that. I was like, you marched back there to
Yeah,
buy that.
I
spam
did.
car.
That's like a surplus of limited buy right
Who
there.
cares?
It was at a what do you call it, like an antique / gimmick shop in
Like-
Colchester.
Oh, like
And I bought
like
a NASCAR mug, and I bought all these little trinkety things I thought were
like
cool.
a little thrift.
Yeah.
a thrift store.
I got a Rusty Wallace pint glass. I was in the house, and I found that.
Awesome.
Moving on real quick. I don't really have a lot on my mind. Just a smash or pass with Netflix.
Okay,
So I got a smash.
go ahead.
Black Summer. Smash it. Great show.
Okay.
Great fucking show.
Watched the first episode last night because I couldn't sleep, and I'm like, I want to watch the rest. tonight.
You know what? You will binge watch that without realizing it. Not every episode is really long, but it's about zombies. It's a spin-off of Z Nation, but an entirely different tone. But it's really good. Actually scary. Genuinely scary. Creepy as fuck. It's almost like Quentin Tarantino made a fucking zombie movie. It's fucking great. Pass. The Silence.
Oh, I was looking at that last night. That's like
Garbage.
a Quiet Place ripoff from what I read.
Well,
It was
technically
made-
it's not. It was based on a book which was written before A Quiet Place.
And it was actually made before The Quiet Place.
Yes.
okay,
And Quiet Place got the first run.
Yes.
I love the actors in it, which is
So do I.
intriguing.
One of them is the new Sabrina.
Yes.
the girl-
and the other one is who's the dude? Who's
what's
the
his
father?
name? Fuck. He
Ugh.
was in Hunger Games and all that shit. And,
Really good.
Pass.
Really, yeah.
The movie's a huge pass. It's like Bird Box is kind of like A Quiet Place, but Bird Box is good. Bird Box is good.
Come on.
Bird Box is good.
All right. I'll give you that.
It was good. I thought so.
So
Nah.
definitely a hard pass on that. You know what? The effects aren't bad. The monsters in them aren't bad, but there's not enough of that to save what is a piss poor plot. And again, a big complaint I have about most apocalyptic movies is how in a matter of days the entire world is desecrating and rotting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That
Yeah.
happens rather quickly, and within a matter of days, there's already a cult cutting their tongues off and shit.
Already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Well, how
I'm
about
like,
Within
that?
like 15
the
minutes of the movie.
the pacing of the movie is horrible.
See, I thought, and I watched Quiet Place just this weekend.
Stanley Tucci,
Yes, I
Oh.
love him. He's amazing.
He-
He's a
you know
great
what?
actor.
The actors
Mhm.
are not bad, but what they're given is crap. They're given total shit.
They can only work with the script they're given and the material and direction.
Pretty
So,
much.
Yeah, so smash and pass on Netflix.
All right. Well, before we go any further, we're going to pay some bills. Guys, make sure you look to LokiandJabroni.com. It's where you can find all sorts of news updates and any other things Loki and Jabroni centric. You can also shop our affiliate links right there on the website. Click the affiliate link at the top bar. You can go to Amazon, the 80s shop. Eddie's got all the info. WWE shop. You can get event tickets.
Travago. You can buy
Travago.
tickets through the Loki and
Don't
Jabroni
get
page.
pulled over in Houston like Travago guy. That's all I'm saying. If you're gonna travel without frosty goodness and a Ryan Priest wraparound gimmick.
Did
Big
he
ups
get
to
pulled
Connecticut's Ryan Priest. No, the Travago guy did
That's what I'm saying.
in
He got pulled
Houston.
over?
I saw his mugshot. He looked like he was in the commercial, like
I thought he lived in Germany.
DUI, arrest, Travago, and it was like that. It was that quick. It was really that quick, but it wasn't all bad. But you can definitely check there if you want official Loki and Jabroni merchandise. I'm feeling like
Merchandise.
Lynch right now. Go to cafepress.com/Loki and Jabroni. Get a t-shirt, get a bumper sticker, get a baby onesie. Treat your baby right. Get them started early. And last but not least, if you'd like to donate to the show, it is Patreon.
Passed out behind the wheel.
Patreon.com. Passed out behind the wheel. He's right. Patreon.com/Loki and Jabroni. $1, $5, your entire paycheck. We don't care. We
50.
appreciate
Give it all.
If you gave us 12 cents, and I'm sure one of you smart ass motherfuckers is now going to go and donate 12 cents. We appreciate every single dime that we get.
Don't though, because Patreon takes like a commission, and
Yeah, so we'll only get 8.
we're left with nothing.
Well, what's the commission on Patreon?
I don't know. You have to ask the
I
boss.
think It's like 10% or something like that.
What's eBay now? Isn't it like a quarter of your sale?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't sell anything on eBay anymore.
I haven't done that in years.
I can't-
I'm
I
like,
can't
I'm
sell
telling you,
I do want to
years.
send. I do have to send 2 shout outs. One to my friend Sean McDonald in Louisiana. Thank you so much. He found at a thrift store a classic 1999 red alternate Jamal Anderson Atlanta Falcons jersey, which got me to thinking. My friend Chuck, who lives in Canada now, borrowed my Brian Finneran jersey years ago because he was going to a game and he hated the team that was
Blame
playing.
Canada,
but
blame Canada.
He wanted a Falcons jersey. So I said, here, take this one. He took my Brian Finneran jersey. And it's been 8 years. Today in the mail. I
Are
got
you
my Brian
serious?
Finneran. Yes. I
Wow.
walked through the door.
Wow, that's awesome.
The kids, Emma and Madison, said, you got a package from Canada. I'm like, Canada? And I looked, it had Chuck's name on it. I'm like, hot shit. Slice that sumbitch open. There it was. My Brian. It looks the same as it did 8 years. He wore
Did I
it
get
once.
maple syrup?
Nope. He wore it once. He washed it. He put it aside. And then, for whatever reason, I got it back. So
That's awesome.
thank you, Chuck. You are a man amongst men. And go ahead.
I just gotta say, like, this Travago guy, motherfucker looks sexy in his mugshot.
I
Like,
know.
this-
He looks just like the commercial.
and the
Miller
New-
Lite, DUI, Travago.
I gotta throw this out. The New York Post cheekily noted that his bond, which was $100, was about $60 higher than the best rate on Travago for a hotel in the Houston area.
Well,
Very nice.
he's got good rates. So
So tonight,
Poor
You're good.
Travago guy. But hey, folks, use Travago.
right?
Use Travago.
And make sure you go through LokiandJabroni.com. Every one of these sites kicks us back just a little bit.
Travago.
No hidden fees, no extra charges. You want to buy an AJ Styles t-shirt? You want to book a DUI hotel in Houston? You want to buy event tickets? Go through LokiandJabroni.com. They kick back just a little bit to us to help us with production costs. Having said that, tonight, we build ultimate albums. We take an artist, we go through their entire catalog, we pick the 10 best songs in our opinion, whether they're chart hits or not. We build the ultimate album. Now, originally, when I threw this out to the guys, I said, well, we all have the opportunity to pull one and replace it with one of ours. I changed the game just a little bit.
Yep.
We're each going to read our 10, and then we're going to add, each one of us who's not reading adds what we call a bonus track. So you're going to get a 12-track masterpiece album from each of the artists we've picked. And because you are the guest du jour, Lynch, I'd like to start with you. Who did you pick, and what are we doing?
I picked Prince.
Wow.
So what do you think of that?
I like Prince.
I think he's a sexy motherfucker.
He is a sexy motherfucker.
His name is Prince, and he is funky. I'm
He is one of the most underrated guitar players,
mm-hmm.
multi instrumental musicians ever.
Mm-hmm.
His first album, he played every fucking
and that's a
instrument.
wholly underrated album.
And good luck finding it right now on vinyl.
No,
Good luck.
you can't.
I've been looking for like months.
The last time
you
I
cannot
saw
find that.
the last time I saw that, it was a CD version. It was an import. It was at FYE, and it was $39 just for the CD.
So I found the album online, $66.
Jesus.
And that's not even from here. It's from like Germany. It's a German press.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is just fucking amazing, and I am fortunate to have seen him once in my life.
Same. Once.
In my life, and it was just before he changed from Prince to the artist formerly known
The
as
Symbol?
Prince.
See,
The Symbol.
I saw him as the Symbol, and I believe the thing was it the motherfucker of the year?
The new power generation.
Yeah, I love the new Power Generation.
They were amazing.
Great stuff. But I remember the
Amazing.
T-shirt on the back. It had a trophy, and it said, "No, I'm sorry. Was it? I'm trying to remember the jam now. It said it right on the back. Something about the sexiest motherfucker, the motherfucker of the year, or something." It was Prince all the way through. The show was amazing. I wish I could have seen that piano microphone tour.
And I hear he was a pretty kick-ass
Yeah.
basketball player.
No. Oh wait,
No, he's like this
the mayor
tall.
of Middletown says she has the first
I
album
just-
on a bootleg.
I saw that, Lindsay.
Amazing.
I will marry you if you give me that album.
She's already married to
God
James
damn it.
James Killer Kowalski, who was one of my
I knew that.
favorite
You're married
people.
too.
Yeah.
Whatever. I can take the ring off.
No,
Fuck it.
you can't. But you could go. You can go all Utah.
Oh, well, yeah. Mormon.
Mormon, same thing. Well, I was just about to say something
is
fucking
this
cool
the-
about
the-
Lindsay, and I blew it.
Is this the For You album?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
hard to find.
Yes.
Yes. What was I about to say about that was cool about Lindsay? Oh, Lindsay just is cool and shit. So we've covered that.
Well, thank
Anyway, give us one by one your 10, and then each. How do you say it? Oh yeah, Eddie and I'll give you a bonus.
I'm just
track.
going to go from 10 to 1 in no particular
Mine are in no particular order either.
No, these are in no particular order.
Mhm.
Number 10, Never Take the Place of Your Man.
Nice.
I
Minor chart hit, but
I think that's a very underrated album.
Mhm.
The actual album track, which is like 7 minutes long, is unbelievable. His guitar playing on that is
Mhm.
just, it tells you what a musician he is. You can't replicate that, is what I'm trying to say.
quick question from the Peanut Gallery: can the Peanut Gallery give a bonus track as well?
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
fair enough.
Number
Lynch
nine,
get 3 bonus tracks. I
number
guess.
9, Pop Life.
Wow.
Again, from one of his early albums. But again, you hear that song and you see how it influenced other pop stars in the 80s and 90s.
Mhm.
He just another master craft song.
Can't go wrong. Can't
no,
go wrong.
you can't. Number 8, Delirious.
You know what? I was just actually.
And I was just actually the other day, I want to say on cable or Netflix or Hulu or something. What fucking movie used that song? Is there
Oh,
theme song?
I get dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun. Oh Christ! It's an '80s movie. I can see it in my head.
And I was half asleep, and I didn't even fucking wake up to see what the movie was. But I'm like, oh,
you heard Delirious, and it was
yeah, no, boop,
Instant Jones right there.
instant. Number 7 is Die for You.
Nice.
love
Okay.
that.
That's another deep cut. Another deep cut.
It got some radio play, but it wasn't like a hit. And I'm digging this list so far.
number 6 is When Doves Cry.
Okay, you can't go wrong.
I mean, that's.
You did say you were going to have a chart hit or two.
I
and
told you,
you
straight
can't-
up front. You can't. The problem with Prince is you can't do a top 10, 20, 30 of his songs
without
that were not on the charts.
right.
Yeah.
At least at one, whether it's number 100 or number 1.
And just that pick as low as you have it at 6, and again, you said no particular order. When Doves Cry is easily, when I think Prince,
That's
that
the first
guitar
song you
riff at
think
the
of.
exactly.
That's the
That guitar riff is amazing.
Backing up, Amazon has that vinyl for that album for $18.98.
You better get on your fucking Amazon machine. Go
I'm
to
gonna have to go,
LokiandJabroni.com.
fuck you,
The CD,
Loki and Jabroni. I'm going to Amazon now.
the CD is
through
Right,
LokiandJabroni.com.
$219
/ Amazon.
for the CD.
How much on the CD?
$219.
Jesus.
They're
Was
not
it made of pure gold and Prince's locks?
They're probably just not printing it
Prince's
anymore.
Jiminy
sperm.
Christmas.
Because people are either collecting the vinyl right now or streaming it. They're not buying the CD.
All right, fair.
Which is good.
That's
They're
another
vinyl.
thing I wanted to bring up tonight is what
The whole streaming bit?
our 3 thoughts on streaming vinyl and CDs, but that's later.
All right, fair.
All right. Number 5, Cream.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes,
Fucking love that song. Love that song.
One of my favorites.
I-
Tune, man. It was awesome.
Interesting thing about that song didn't Get Off come out before that one?
Get Off
Get
was the lead
Or
single
before.
from Diamonds and Pearls, and then Cream.
So
Cream
so,
was the
all right,
follow-up.
So you listen to Get Off and he's just like Get Off, the way he's singing it, and then he comes out with Cream and it's like
But then right after that was
if you don't know Prince and
Yeah.
you hear that, you're like,
it's 2 different artists.
oh, you
And then-
think.
It's but they're both amazing
Right,
songs,
yeah.
and Get Off almost made my list above Cream.
Well, it's just that's how Prince was though.
Mhm.
It's just like there's a little bit rock and roll, R&B,
I always-
hip hop, and then he does these pop.
When that
tunes.
NPG
that
album
just
came
kill it.
out, I told people you can
How-
listen to this record and it sounds like 4 different artists because you go, like you said, from the lead single Get Off, then you go to Cream. The next single was Diamonds and Pearls. And if you're like me and you dive into the whole cassette, CD, whatever you're listening to it on, Thunder. And, oh
amazing.
my God.
That entire
Thunder.
fucking album was incredible. But my point on Prince is that there is so much unreleased material that he's done
Mhm.
since he's passed. Rest in peace.
There's a documentary Kevin Smith film that ended up in his vault that
Yes.
nobody will see.
Right.
Yes, and you've heard his
Yeah.
Kevin Smith's
Oh yeah,
version of that interview, right?
yes.
Unbelievable.
Mhm.
And I heard him tell that story 2007, 2008 when he turned 40.
Mhm.
No, 37. When he turned 37, we went to his show, and he told the whole story about how it came to be. I happened to interview Prince, and it was like an hour long,
Yeah.
and it was amazing.
And he
Amazing.
and he was supposed to sign a non-disclosure agreement,
Yes.
but he never signed it.
He never signed it,
So-
and that's
so
why he talked about
He
it.
can tell the story.
That's why he could talk about it.
I like what Kevin Smith confirms is like, yes, there's a recording studio in every goddamn room of his house,
And
or
anywhere,
like there's a microphone or something.
Anywhere
Completely
you-
buy it. I completely buy it.
He
Dude,
said,
Anywhere you
dude could
go-
be taking a shit and be like, aha!
I'm taking a crap. But anywhere you go on that property, you could record a song
hmm
yeah,
because Prince just had one of every instrument on the
Yeah.
wall. Drum kit here.
People used to say the same thing about Alice Cooper's house. He had a clipboard with a notebook in every room of the house. So if he got an idea, he jotted that shit down and moved.
Why not? I mean, come on, really?
Yeah.
it's,
All right.
It'd suck though if you had a maid with like musical ambitions. They'd be like stealing your songs and shit.
Well, if that maid ended up on the charts, then you sue the shit out of her.
Jennifer Lopez, yeah.
Made in New York, motherfucker.
All right,
Next,
so number 5. Where am I?
we were just on Cream.
Cream. So number 5, 7.
Nice. Holy shit. Wait a minute. Cream was 5. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Again,
7. Amazing.
uh,
I have that downloaded onto my
entire-
phone, man.
That entire album, you can't pick a cut that you cannot enjoy.
Amen. Even
Um,
was it Money Don't Matter Tonight, and there was just so many good things on that
oh
record.
my god, I can listen to that every night to fall asleep to.
Amen.
Let's Go Crazy.
Yes, another good one. But that takes me back to that movie. The scene just before he goes home and gets in the fight with the old man.
Purple Drain.
Because he's at the club and he's doing his thing in Minneapolis, and he goes home and there's the whole fight with the family, and then he writes Doves Cry, which is
Yeah.
already on your list.
Yeah.
So
Then we have Little Red Corvette.
Okay, love that song.
So that
Can't go wrong.
brings you back to like junior high, high
Yeah.
school era.
For us, not so much.
I gotta
for
be
him.
Well,
hon-
not for you.
I gotta be honest, I'm lukewarm on that song. Always have been.
It's not it's not his greatest song, but
Yeah.
when you hear it, you have a
yeah.
memory, a memory.
You're
of it.
shot back
No,
to
no,
where you
yeah.
were.
Where you were-
My only criticism of that song is when I hear it, I feel like there were already a bunch of songs around the same time about cars, so it's the only time where I felt like he was riding a trend.
Okay.
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
So
I agree. I agree.
Maybe to him it was probably a throwaway pop song, but
Became a huge hit.
no, it's because fucking Prince,
Right.
All right. So number 2, I'm going to change from
Okay.
what I have written down
Oh, curveball. Fuck.
because
Hate this shit.
it's one of his best songs, not performed by him. Sinead O'Connor.
Oh,
Okay.
Christ. He did perform it. It's on his Prince the Hits.
It's on his live
One and
hits
two.
album,
It's-
but
he never recorded.
he never recorded it live in the studio
All right.
by
Fair.
himself.
Fair.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I wish he did.
Nah, you know what? Because of all,
Nothing compares.
Still
to
a
you.
fantastic song. As much as
I don't give a fuck
dislike
who it is.
her,
I don't give a fuck who it is that sings it. It's a fantastic song. It's
ah.
emotional. It's
Oh, fuck. Gimmick Chamber. Got to do it. Fuck.
not for me. I got my Coke.
No, here, give some love to Kevin Harvick and throw that
I
back
think I
over
might.
here.
Here you go.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
He's going to crack his gimmick on this one. Sinead O'Connor, though, man, come on. I get it. It's a beautifully written song. It's a staple. But, you could have thrown Manic Monday on that list and made all of us smile, but
Oh.
you threw...
The mayor of Middletown says I'm fired. By the way,
Well,
Can I fill in now?
Can I fill in now?
Lindsay, come on, man.
We'll throw an extra chair in here. You want to come down to the
can s-
Valhalla
you can
Underground
sit-
studio?
You can sit right here in
Heck
Valhalla
yes.
Studio.
You know what we'd do? We'd give Lynch one of these hard chairs, and you could take the big chair.
I get the
The Red
comfy.
Shill, says he loves the way Kevin Smith tells that story. So,
Yes.
So I like all of Kevin Smith's stories.
Thank you, Shill.
I love his speaking word tours.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to 3 or 4 in the last
My
10 years.
I've watched them online. You know me. I go to the Henry Rollins
This-
ones.
Yeah,
Love me some
I
Henry
love
Rollins.
Henry Rollins.
the
dude.
Superman Lives one was
He
probably
is
his
incredible.
best story.
Fucking his mind, the producer, John Peters' mind.
Yeah.
I want fucking spiders, and that ended up in Wild Wild West.
Right.
And,
All right.
All right, so my number 1, Purple Rain.
Ooh.
You cannot go wrong
Okay.
with Purple Rain. So, little known fact to most people who have that album is the cut they have on the album.
Is not the radio edit.
It's the live fucking version
Mm-hmm.
that he cut with his new band
Mm-hmm.
at the time. Never performed with him before.
No. It's strange how that works, man. It's crazy.
So you watch the movie,
Mhm.
that what you hear, the 7-minute and 59
Mhm.
second, whatever the fuck it is, version of the song is the original fucking version of the song. There's
Yes,
no
sir.
edit, there's no cut, there's no overdub, nothing. Everything is fucking live.
All right. So we've gone through your 10. You want to throw the first bonus track out? He's
What?
pointing at me. I'm
What, for
pointing at you.
Prince?
Yeah. Bonus track Jones on this
what-
Prince Ultimate album.
Yeah, but you're
And guys, if you're
Give
out
me-
there listening, throw a bonus track out. We'll
give me an
love to hear it.
11. I'm writing down an 11 right now.
The mayor of Middletown chimed in earlier, and let me see where it was. Get Off. is
Get
her
Off.
bonus
Get
track.
Off is a good song.
So we've hit the mayor of Middletown. Eddie?
Oh man, was Sexy Motherfucker on there?
No, it was
No, it
not.
was
I
not.
love Sexy Motherfucker.
I think it's a great song.
Awesome.
I felt like this was him getting up there saying, "Motherfuckers, I can do anything, and I can do it better than you."
And
Would
they
you-
played it on the fucking radio.
Yeah,
With a remember that? You sexy mother.
you know what's funny? That almost made the song sound even better.
I know.
Like, but only Prince.
Just coming down that dun
'Cause he
dun
made-
dun dun. You
Sexy
sexy mother.
mother. He made his own. He made his own clean cut, so he chose the because between Sexy Motherfucker and My Name Is Prince, those are fucking.
My name is
I
Prince.
love those.
My name is Prince. Again, same album.
Yep.
And-
Now,
On a side note, can we just add that he not only is he good at performing, writing, all that stuff, he surrounds himself with like some of the best people. So like the new Power Generation, perfect example. Like I forget who's that lady that sang Diamonds and Pearls.
Rosie something or other.
Incredible singer.
Oh my God, the puff.
Diamonds and pearls.
The crew he had with him for his tour that year, the MCs and stuff.
More
all
stay,
good.
more stay in the time.
More stay
Yeah.
in time. So he's a great producer as well as.
May I present to you more stay in the motherfucking time.
Written by God herself.
You know I'm coming with that, right?
I know.
Yeah.
Jane
Wait a
Silent
minute.
Bob
What-
Strike Back.
Was that Booty Time? I heard. Booty Time is the only white disco song as far as I'm concerned.
Christ. Booty time. Booty
Booty
time.
time.
Cross the USA. Props
Booty
to any
time.
of you who come up with it on the live feed. Where did Booty Time? What movie was that from? You have 5 minutes. Oh shit, he's going into it. All right, well, he kind of ruined it, but not really. I had 3 songs that
Come
were
on.
going to make the list. I'm going to go from 3 to 1, and 1 is the one I'm putting as the
I have
bonus
it
track.
written down. I have it written down for
All right.
posterity's sake.
These 2 did not make it, but my number 1 will. The one that did not make it was Pussy Control from the Gold Experience.
Oh my God!
Wow.
You're talking deep,
Wow.
deep cut.
Yes, I am.
deep fucking cut there.
Number 2
Holy shit!
did not make the list for me was Thunder from the Diamonds and Pearls album. But the bonus track that I am throwing on here, Eddie already mentioned it. It was in the height of that whole, he's suing the label's suing him. We own the name Prince. Well, fuck you. I'm going to change my name. And what does he do? He puts out the first ever, in my opinion, pop diss track.
Yep.
And it was called, write it down, My Name is Prince.
Yep.
Love that song to this day. It is on my iTunes gimmick. I listen to it often. I love that song. That's my bonus track for your record. The ultimate Prince record.
So after he died,
Mhm.
you could like literally, the day after, go on YouTube, Hulu, anywhere, and find streaming tracks of
Mhm.
him.
Quick question. Before you read off the ultimate album to the people before we move on, Lindsay came in with Ford Fairlane. She wins.
Ford.
All right. Bumper
Disqualified. It's The Adventures of
Ford
Ford
Fairlane.
Fairlane.
Doesn't matter. She got it. I'll be
How you doing?
wrangling up a bumper sticker from somewhere. You're gonna put it on your car.
Thanks. I needed that.
I love that movie.
Anybody seen the My Name Is Prince video?
Yes.
Do you remember the
Yes,
beginning of the
I
video
do.
with the news reporter?
I do.
What famous actress played the news
I have
reporter?
no fucking clue.
Fuck
Who is
you.
it?
You're next.
Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie Alley, baby.
Are you fucking serious?
Played the Minnesota news reporter in the video beginning
So
of the
was-
day.
do you know
and
why?
She was already huge. Why?
It was
Because on Arsenio,
was fucking her.
On Arsenio, she was saying how much she loves Prince. That was her favorite artist. And he called her up and said, "You want to be in my video?"
nice.
She flew out there.
oh
to do it.
wow, going really deep.
Fantastic.
Wow, Eddie. Going
All right,
really
read
deep.
off the ultimate album
All right,
for Prince.
So, number 10, Never Take Place Your Man. Number 9, Pop Life. Delirious. I Die For You. Doves Cry, Cream, Let's Go Crazy. 7, Little Red Corvette. 1999, Purple Rain. Sexy Motherfucker. Then
You threw Pussy Control on there. I'm looking
Pussy
over it.
Control. I can't.
You
My name
did-
is Prince.
My name is
and
Prince. You wrote Thunder too.
Thunder.
How
yes.
dare you?
Thunder.
I wanted My Name is Prince on there, but you threw everything I threw at you on there.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I tried.
I'm going to ask you guys a question. Well, you guys already know the answer.
Kiss.
To all you folks out there,
I know
how
a
many,
lot. I know a lot of answers.
how many people thought I was going to pick Kiss for this shit?
Kiss.
Kiss. Angela said that you don't say Kiss, you say Kiss.
Even before you told me who you picked, I said nope.
He
not
wasn't going that route.
He wasn't going there.
I'll tell you
He
what.
was
in
not
three-
going there.
In
You
3
know why?
weeks, we can do this again, and this is fun. I'll do Kiss.
You know
I'll
why?
take care of it.
Now,
You know why?
Why? Because it's too easy,
It's so fucking easy to do Kiss.
and it's so obvious for me.
There's so many songs you could pick from Kiss's.
24 albums, 300 plus songs. I could go deep, and everybody go, "What is Love 'Em and Leave 'Em?" I mean, I've never heard that song.
But I have.
What about Master and Slave? I've never heard that song.
24 albums. How many songs?
300 plus.
Hold my beer.
Yeah. Well, he
Are you gonna do
recorded
Grateful Dead?
600 before he was dead.
What's that?
Are you doing Grateful Dead?
No, he's going Elvis.
No. I would never do Elvis.
If you
Oh.
thought I was doing Kiss, you were absolutely 1,000% incorrect.
I'm gonna show the audience.
Go ahead, show
What
them
we're
who I
doing.
picked. If you can read that, Metallica, one of my favorite bands. I thought about Anthrax, but with me,
The entire Justice for All album.
the hits were my favorite in Anthrax. Close. There is 2 from Justice on this list. So I'm going to break this list open. I may not get as deep as Lynch did, although I'm accused of doing this. You want to lead off an album right? Number 1, Seek and Destroy. Just that riff, dun, 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 and then dun, dun, dun. The whole, there's just thunder behind it. Awesome song.
You also have to think that that song was with Mustaine.
Yeah,
not,
Mustaine wrote that.
Not Hammett.
Mm-hmm.
That was not a Hammett song.
I'm all over
that's
the map
not Hammett.
here.
That's not Hammett playing.
Nope.
If you people think that's Kirk Hammett playing that song,
So you could say that's the one track that they didn't ham it up.
Oh. No, there'll be a second one.
wah, 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 wah.
And when I get to number 7, you'll know why. But I just love Seek and Destroy. Every time I've seen Metallica live, I wait for that song, and they never disappoint. It
And it's
sounds
one of their
just as good now. Than
one of
it
their
did.
best, one of their best live.
Amen.
Ever.
Number 2, the song that scared me out of my pants when I first saw Metallica in 1989 at the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, Florida, Creeping Death. Love me some Creeping Death.
That's
You ever heard this
Ride
story?
the Thunder.
What's that?
Ride the Thunder.
Ride the Thunder.
Ride the Lightning.
Ride the Lightning.
Ride the Lightning.
Oh,
Yes,
Jesus
it was on
Christ.
Ride the Lightning.
That's pretty sad. I don't even like Metallica.
Dude, he's
Oh,
on
fuck
it.
you.
I was at the Ocean Center. I'll make this brief. Ocean Center. I went down for winter
You said
break.
there'd be a story behind every song.
One story. Went down for winter break. I go to Daytona Beach where my grandparents lived, and my grandfather says, you a fan of this band, Metallica? I'm like, hell yeah, I love Metallica. Oh, you're going to go with my neighbor's grandson. You guys are going to go together. The Ocean Center was a half mile from my grandfather's house.
Oh my god.
So I meet this dude who I've never met before. We're both mulleted, jean jacketed. We're like, hey, are you Chris? Yeah, well, I'm Stan. Okay, Stan, let's go to the show. We go to the show. We're having a great time. I had never, at that point, heard Creeping Death. Ever.
Wow.
So it's the third song of the night. They're like, I'm creeping death. And in the middle of the song, 19,099 people start chanting, die, die, die. There's one person not
By
chanting
my
die.
hand.
I creep across the land. Ah. One person without their fist in the air going, oh, God, I hope I don't get killed tonight.
And that's you.
The next day at the little strip mall next to my grandparents' house, I went and bought Ride the Lightning, listened to Creeping Death. I'm like, now I get it. Now I understand. Great show. Loved it. Number 3, Leper Messiah.
Another good song.
There you go.
Great song.
Awesome. One of their most underrated tunes ever in the history of
Again,
ever.
a deep track that you wouldn't think Metallica.
Mm-hmm. You could picture it being mainstream
But if you
rock and roll.
if you throw the CD or vinyl on and get to that track, you're like, oh wow.
Sure, and if you're
I
not
love
a
this
Metallica
song.
fan, go look up Leper Messiah and have a good time. Lyrically, it's one of the most amazing tunes I've ever heard in my life.
It is very, very, very good.
Number 4, Harvester of Sorrow, Language of the Mad.
One of my favorites off of Injustice.
Mm-hmm.
Can't deny it. I mean, like Eddie said, that whole album is fucking gold.
That's that seems to be the lost arc of Metallica albums.
Is the Justice album. And the reason being is, 1, the bass was turned way down for whatever reason, and 2, that was the beginning of Everybody Loves Metallica with the one video. This was our band
Have you
back
heard
in the day.
Have you heard the remastered versions on YouTube with the bass turned up?
Yes. Sounds amazing.
And also,
Unbelievable.
Probably the first heavy metal song people were making fun of by changing the lyrics.
Which, Harvester of Sorrow?
No, the
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Hold my toasters, I wish
For
to
bread.
Number 5.
Pass me the marmalade.
Number 5, a more recent one. If you watched the Grammys a couple years ago, Lady Gaga performed this song, Halo on Fire.
I love that album. The entire album.
Oh,
track-
she didn't perform that one. She performed Moth into a Flame. My bad.
But
Yeah.
still, Moth into
Still
a
a good
Flame
performance if you can see
Mhm.
it.
and that song, the entire album.
I would love to have seen Lady Gaga do Halo on Fire, but Halo on Fire, just one of those songs that just, from the moment it starts, it grabs you and says, fucking listen.
That one performance where Hetfield's mic wasn't working was
Yeah, that was the Grammys with Lady Gaga. Somebody
Oh.
actually mixed it on YouTube. I don't know if it's still out there.
It's
Somebody might
still
have
there.
copyrighted it.
They
still there.
corrected
Yeah.
it. I guess it was working, but for a reason wasn't broadcasting on TV.
They did. They
Like,
took
heard
the
it, they
yeah.
heard it at the show.
They
but,
took the what is it called? The rehearsal
yeah,
track.
Yeah,
and
they used a
the-
rehearsal
Yep.
performance.
because Hetfield didn't even realize it because they could hear it in the actual Grammys, but it didn't go over TV.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
So number 6, All Nightmare Long from the Death Magnetic album.
Oh wow.
What a great
Not
tune.
one of
I've
my
never even
favorite.
heard of that album.
Not
Really?
Death
Not-
Magnetic.
Death Magnetic 2008.
That's when
2008.
That's when
Oh,
Lars was
okay.
playing like a tin drum.
Mhm.
Ding, ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding,
oh, you
ding,
gotta understand,
ding,
like,
ding.
after-
Whereas the album before Saint Anger, which nothing from Saint Anger or nothing from the Black album comes on my list, the guitars sound like they were underwater on Saint Anger. Then you move to Death Magnetic.
They were,
Everything
like,
pops
very muddy.
except the drums.
It's like ding, ding,
You
ding,
understand
ding,
too.
ding,
After the
ding,
old
ding.
Napster affair, I was like, "Fuck Lars."
Oh, I get it.
So like, I would deliberately like put Metallica out of my.
Yep.
I
peripheral.
understood where he's coming from with that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I fucking
He's a
downloaded.
hypocrite now though, because he's.
I downloaded music like shit from
Mhm.
Napster, fucking
yeah.
LimeWire.
LimeWire. Big
Well,
big
that's-
fucking
I
fan
mean,
of
we
LimeWire.
could do
Jim-
a whole
our-
show about Napster. And
Our friend
LimeWire.
Jim
Oh my
was
God,
a
yeah,
big funny story. Our I roomed with Jim for a couple years when I got divorced, and I got a letter in the mail because I think the cable was in my name. It says, "We noticed you've been downloading illegal this and that," and I'm like, Jim. Held the letter up. I'm like, you need to fucking stop.
Hey, dude, my computer's full of fucking viruses. I don't.
Well, no, it
understand
wasn't
why.
even the computer. He was just downloading on this torrent or that torrent, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you need to stop. They're on to you. Oh yeah, all right, I'll stop. And it stopped for like a year. He was cool.
My old roommate got a letter from like fucking Microsoft saying stop downloading our software.
Exactly.
Well,
I was
yeah,
like-
I used to use
All right.
spoof.
I had to move right
IPL.
along.
Yeah.
Another Mustaine written track. It was originally called Mechanics. It was changed when Hammett joined the band, and Hetfield said,
Fight
"Fuck
fire
all this
with
shit."
Fire.
4 Horsemen.
Oh, Four Horsemen.
4 Horsemen.
Oh.
On through the dead of night with the 4 Horsemen
Horsemen
ride.
ride.
Choose your fate and die. Great fucking tune.
Yeah, that sound hammed up.
Number 8. I'm sure there's not a Metallica fan out there who's going to agree with me. But fuck you. This is my ultimate album. Number 8, Trapped Under Ice from Ride the Lightning. Screaming. Can't move at all. Screaming. Can't hear my call. I
Yes.
am dying to live. I cry
I
out. I'm trapped
Trapped
under
under
ice. Fucking great song. Penultimate on my list. Number 9, The Thing That Should Not Be.
That's a great fucking song, dude.
Song about the Loch Ness Monster,
Yeah.
man. Who writes a song about the fucking Loch Ness Monster?
They
James
did.
fucking Hetfield.
They
That's
did.
who. Number 1 or number 10, depending on which way you go on my list, The Shortest Straw.
Again, another solid track from Injustice for
Mhm.
All, and I think one of the best.
I agree.
Besides one, and besides
You're going to put one over Harvester of Sorrow?
Dyer's Eve.
Dyer's Eve is good.
Dyer's Eve is fucking phenomenal. It was
The lyric was from Cliff Burton.
Cliff Burton's last effort in Metallica before he died in
Mhm.
1985?
86.
86 on a bus trip.
September. God, I'm too. I should be on fucking Jeopardy with all this useless bullshit in my head.
But the problem is,
Better do
I
it
watch
soon.
Jeopardy.
Right?
I fucking don't know any of that shit.
You shitting me? I watch Jeopardy, and they're like, "We can't watch this with you anymore. You just know all this shit."
Well, Megan says the same thing.
Mesopotamia, Michigan.
Megan says the same thing. Then they like get to certain like categories. I'm like, I have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Someday,
I'm hit or miss. Once I get into like
If it's rock or
sports
movies or
ancient
sports,
history, I'm out.
let me ask you a question because we're going to talk a little local for about 30 seconds here. Are you friends with Ryan Murch on Facebook?
no.
Okay. I'm going to reach out to Ryan. I'm going to tag you in it. I'm
Okay.
going to tell Ryan to tell you guys the story of Lunchtime Jeopardy back in the day at Mohegan Sun. And he'll tell you the story of what we would do for Final Jeopardy. I'm not going to tell it here. I have to get bonus tracks from everybody, including you guys on the YouTube.
Yes, let's get
So,
some bonus tracks here.
All right, bonus track from Lynch.
Lindsay, what do you think?
Oh, yeah, Lindsay, we need a bonus track. Any Metallica song strike your fancy? She's not a big Metallica fan. She's not a thrasher.
No,
I get it. She's Queen. She's Prince.
She's more mid-range.
but she's
kinda
very
poppy.
knowledgeable. Trust me on this. I'm going to give her props.
I
Where props is
already
due,
said
man.
my bonus song. I'm going to say Dyer's Eve.
Dyer's Eve. Okay.
One of the greatest Metallica tracks in the fucking world.
And let me just write down something from the Black Album for Eddie, because that's the one he knows.
I know a couple of them, Dick.
Okay. Well,
like
Dick,
2, Dick.
come on out. What's your Metallica bonus track?
This is sort of from the Black Album, but it's not the Nothing Else Matters version 2.
Oh, with
Okay,
the different, with the alternate guitar
Yes.
and vocals?
Much better vocal by Hetfield.
I think so,
much
too.
better sounding song.
I think so,
when
too.
I first heard it, it was familiar, but it wasn't, and I stopped and I did a who dat, and then I saw it was Metallica, and it was that different version of that song. Which
If I was going to pick something from the Black Album, it would have been from the S&M Symphony of Metallica album. It would have been this, because if you hear Nothing Else Matters with the full bombast and then the symphony behind it, just fucking amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Along those lines,
Mm-hmm.
from that album, they it's a sequel to
The Unforgiven.
Unforgiven.
There was 3 of them.
3 of them.
Yep.
I think the second 2 are better than the first.
I didn't
Oh,
like the second one.
stop.
I love the third one. I love the third one. What are we stopping for?
Unforgiven 2.
But in the third one, they don't say the word "unforgiven" on Death Magnetic. Strangely enough,
they
the
don't.
album some
They
of you
don't.
never heard of, but it's just so good. I thought "Unforgiven 2" was a little bit repetitive because they went back to what I felt, what I've known,
But it was
turn to anger, turn to stone, and
That-
da.
that would have made my list if I picked Metallica.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I didn't pick Metallica
Mhm.
is just because of that. A lot of their songs are they go back to each other.
Okay, well I'll give you 2 that didn't make the list that almost did, and one is one of my favorites is King Nothing.
King Nothing is another
King
great
Nothing,
song.
I thought should have made it, and from the Black Album, which I wanted to avoid like the plague because that's when real Metallica fans lost Metallica, and it became everybody's band. Was Of Wolf and Man.
A great song.
Look at his face right now.
A great song. Say what you want about the Black Album. Whether
It
you
had
say,
some gems.
whether you say they sold out or not, they're still.
Sandman's a gem. Of Wolf and Man is a gem.
Well, you can't pick a bad track off that album.
You can.
Which one?
Wherever I May Roam.
I don't think that's a bad
Garbage.
bad song.
Garbage. We may disagree, and that's fine. I think it's garbage. I think it's pap.
As a
I think that's Bob
gentleman, I
Rock.
will
I think that's Bob Rock as a producer.
see where you're coming from with that.
That's why they sacked Bob Rock, and
And Bob,
they became awesome again.
fucking slam Bob Rock as much as you want. The guy,
He's
can produce
gold.
Fucking
He's
music.
Mutt Lang. He's Bob Ezrin. He's Ron Nevison.
He's everybody.
Look
that
at it
you
this
want
way.
in the studio because he knows his fucking sound.
Oh yeah,
and he knows what he wants from the band.
Bob Rock.
He knows how to get the performance out of the fucking band.
You can point to certain albums and say this is the worst thing they've ever produced, and for Bob Rock, I will point to
Dr. Feelgood.
No, I'll point to Saint Anger. What a fucking pile of shit that was. You can point to Bob Ezrin and say, what was the worst thing you ever produced? Right here, kids.
Right here.
Music from the Elder by
Yeah.
Kiss. You can point to Ron Nevison. What was the worst thing you ever produced? Oh, wait, another Kiss record, Crazy Nights. Everybody has a down spot. I don't blame Bob Rock for trying to make Metallica palatable to everybody.
But you look at the upswings with
They became one of the
fucking
biggest
Motley,
things ever.
Dr. Feelgood.
Yes.
Their best selling, their best sounding album.
In my
Like,
opinion,
It's like the wall of sound when the Beatles were
before or after Phil Spector killed a motherfucker.
like Phil Spector.
Okay.
The wall of sound.
hmm
When you hear Dr. Feelgood from the first track to the last track, all you hear, even if no headphones or headphones, all you hear is fucking noise and sound
Amazingness.
and amazing sound.
Amazingness.
Amazing sounds.
Go
Not-
ahead.
And not
I'm sorry.
necessarily bad sounds. Good sound.
Mm-hmm. We may have to revisit this in a couple weeks before you go because I'm having fun with these Ultimate albums. What I am going to propose is a 2-minute break before we go to Eddie's amazing album of whatever.
Because
it
I
is
gotta
he's
take a
bringing.
piss. You probably gotta take a piss.
Yeah, pretty much.
Eddie might have to piss.
And there's only one bathroom here at Valhalla Underground Studios. I'll go to the presidential one. You go upstairs.
I'll just go next.
All right, guys. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Time us.
1, 2.
Go.
Humpty, he got drunk and sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees, and that was the end of the monk.
All right, guys, welcome back. I'm going to read back the Metallica Ultimate Album list. Seek and Destroy, Creeping Death, Leper Messiah, Harvester of Sorrow, Halo on Fire, All Nightmare Long, The Four Horsemen, Trapped Under Ice, The Thing That Should Not Be, Shortest Straw, and the 2 bonus tracks, Dyer's Eve and Nothing Else Matters version 2. And I think that's pretty fucking solid, if you ask me, all the way around.
That's a great album.
I appreciate
Right there, I buy it.
Much appreciated. And that'll be $12.50 if you just give me that now. We'll be all good. Now comes the part where
You can have Gatorade.
I don't want to Gatorade. I'm going to reach into the gimmick chamber. Now is the part where we let Eddie play, and he's going to bring his ultimate album to the table. What artist did you pick? Send your focus.
Diana Ross. No.
Well,
That'd be awesome. I got some Diana Ross shit in the back pocket right here.
you know, I don't always play fair,
Oh fuck! Here we go.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
so I'm going to old school when it used to be. He's the rapper, I'm the DJ. So these are tracks by DJ Premier
Holy
Okay.
shit.
for other various artists.
Wow.
I may or may not know
Including-
any.
Wow.
including his own group that he was in, Gangstar.
Okay.
So I hope you all ready.
Y'all ready for this?
Most of these are kind of in order of release, but these are always been my personal favorites from Gangstar. Manifest
Mm-hmm.
is number 1. Number 2, Gangstar Jazz Thing. I can talk about those two together. Just the way Premier used to use old jazz records and stuff like that. The music kind of felt deeper with Guru's voice. If there was rap music back in the day when jazz ruled the world, it would sound like that. That's the way I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
This one, KRS-One, Out of Here.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Just a crazy boom bap track with KRS-One screaming, "Out of here,
Out of here.
out of here." That's how they treat you when you out of here.
Wow.
Basically, a song about what happens when you're not famous anymore.
Pretty much.
Next one from the debut album of still one of the biggest hip hop artists, Nas, New York State of Mind.
Mm.
From his very first album, Premier did one track on it, I believe, and that was New York State of Mind. And same thing, really soulful, old school records, and really good. This is a personal favorite of mine because this is a favorite artist of mine. Big Daddy Kane, Show and Prove.
Nice.
Nice.
Used to love me some Big Daddy Kane.
Oh God, yeah. He did quite a few tracks with Kane, but this one's like my favorite one, Show and Prove. This one, you'd be surprised he was actually responsible for if you heard it was really big in the R&B charts. D'Angelo, Lady.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Didn't know
Wow.
that.
DJ Premier produced that one. Really good one. Here's another one you might know, and probably the only song I will ever confess to liking by this group. Limp Bizkit, End Together Now.
Are you serious? Really?
In the beginning of the song, he's saying, DJ Premier.
Okay, I remember
Yeah.
that. I didn't listen to a lot of Limp Bizkit because I thought they were pap, but some of their stuff
And
was
you were
good.
right.
I
They
know
were
I
pap.
was.
They had a couple, they had a couple good ones.
I saw Limp-
hate that Faith
I
song.
unfortunately
I know.
saw Limp Bizkit live.
I did too.
I went to this is the best.
Twice, on
the
purpose.
I went once. Best triple bill ever. Well, close to it. Godsmack was the headline. Limp Bizkit was the middle, and DMX was the opener.
Holy
How
shit!
fucking cool was that show? I can tell you, it was amazing. Well, gonna make me lose my mind. I'm jumping up and down. Up in here.
Up in here.
This one you might mock me a little bit, but I kind of like the song. Christina Aguilera, "Ain't No Other Man."
That's a good song.
Premier actually produced all of that album.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. And this is a good song. I highly recommend you looking up if you haven't heard it anymore. It's got Kanye West, Nas, KRS-One, and Rakim. Better Than I've Been / classic.
I'll have to look that
it's
up.
like-
send me the name and I'll look it up. I'll definitely look it
Yeah.
up.
Link me on
That's
that.
it. Better Than I've Been classic.
Mm.
And this one, Prime, the group he is in with Royce to 5'9", the whole damn album.
Well, change the rules just a little bit.
Sometimes you.
I
Albums
can
can't go
pick
wrong.
I can pick a track, but it is such a great fucking album. I've talked about it before.
Yeah, you have.
Basically, it's the concept album he's doing with Royce, where they pick a single artist, they sample all of his music on every track, and that's the theme. And it's just really good. But if I had to pick one, "Dat Sound Good" is probably one of the better songs on there.
Lindsay, I like where you're going, and I think we could do something with this perhaps next week. She mentions Rick Rubin.
Nice.
Rick Rubin, who has produced Beastie Boys, Slayer, Metallica. He was the money man behind Smoky Mountain Wrestling. There was just so much. Yeah,
A lot of fucking albums.
Oh, well,
Holy
Smoky Mountain
shit.
Wrestling is not an album. It's Jim Cornette's
No,
fucking
but I'm saying,
gimmick back in the day.
like-
Oh, just Rick Rubin. Anything he put his hands on was go. Death Magnetic was produced
Yes,
by Rick Rubin.
Rick Rubin.
2 songs on my list from Death Magnetic. Whiskey in the Jar. She wants to put on. Thank you for finally chiming in. That's going to be the next bonus track.
Don't Care, awesome remake. Yeah, it is.
Amazing.
It is.
Whiskey in the Jar is going on the list. Look, I had fun with this, and we are really good on time right now. I'm going to propose that we do this again next week, but we each take one artist for a full album and one artist for an EP. What do you guys think?
I would say
5-song EP, 10-song ultimate album. And I'm
I-
going to throw it out to you like this. You pick one artist for you. I pick one artist for me. Ed picks one artist for him.
Yeah.
And then we each pick an artist for each other for the EP. Like, let's say you come in and say, I'm picking Great White. Nobody's picking Great White. Just calm your tits.
Done.
Calm your You
Once
want Great
bitten-
White?
No.
Once bitten,
God,
twice
no.
burnt.
Oh, Christ. Too soon. We
Sorry.
had Mike Riccardi. If you're listening, I'm so sorry. Don't listen. He's interim.
I'm sorry.
Fuck. Wow. Go buy Mike Riccardi's book, Just a Thought Away. You will cry. Trust me, I did.
No, I could do EPs. I'm going to go even further
Oh,
and
he's gonna
say
go deep.
local bands.
Define local, like New England
Do it-
ish
do it.
or
East Coast.
East
I am
Coast.
so
East Coast from like
out of the live music scene.
well, there's so many great bands that
Ugh.
have come out of this area. Godsmack, Aerosmith. Just wow. The list goes on and on. Don't listen to Hatebreed. Fuck them.
you don't like Jamie Jasta?
Josta by himself, I think his Josta project is fantastic. Hatebreed, I think, is a bucket of suck with a side order of fuck this.
I'll disagree.
Not my again, and that's fine.
As a gentleman, I will disagree.
All right, fair enough. We'll discuss it. We might have
Yeah.
something else for you next week, but we now have a lot of time to fill. We got about a half hour. So, is there anything anybody wants to talk about? You said you might have some things you want to talk about. We talked about last week the forced vaccinations. What do you think about
Oh
that?
God! All right, so
Let's fill the time.
yeah,
Let's do what we got to do.
let's do some time.
Yes.
So
That's called dead air, Lynch. You got to work on that.
No, first I want to. No, I'm thinking.
Google machine works.
Da. First, I want to get your thoughts on anti-vaxxers.
Oh, see, if you're an anti-vaxxer and you send your kid to school and your kid is carrying whatever, it's bullshit. all of us, for years and years and years, Eddie, Lynch, myself, the Eternal Flame, the Goddess of Love upstairs, our children, vaccination, it prevents things. People aren't dying of polio anymore. Why? Because there's a polio vaccination.
And there's measles,
mumps, exactly.
rubella, whatever fucking vaccine you want to throw
It's
out there.
all look. Anti-vaxxers can kiss. You know what you do? Open the bag, reach into the bag, consume the bag, eat all the dicks in the bag, because
I don't want them kissing my dick. They might catch something.
exactly. Look, I get the whole thing.
Is there
God.
something I
Look,
should know, Eddie?
Last night we get done with Madison's scrimmage, and we're all hungry, and Angela says, "I'll buy you fly." I'm like, "All right, cool. We're going to Five Guys." And I walk into Five Guys, and you know what they have? You've all been to a Five Guys, that big vat of peanuts
Yep.
where people can eat them. Chris is not supposed to eat peanuts, but what does he do? He grabs a couple, tosses them, eats them, whatever. Heaven forbid I don't get it. How everybody's so sensitive now. Everybody ate peanut butter and jelly when we were kids. Nobody died.
Well,
Everybody ate bread when we were a kid. Nobody fucking died.
you get
Now everybody's allergic to peanuts. You know what I'm allergic to? Blueberries. I'm like 1 in 40 million
schools getting-
Snowflake.
Yeah.
eat shit. But you don't see
Schools
me
can-
going into a place where they're mixing a blueberry fucking smoothie and going, "Oh no, I can't be here. Heaven forbid." No, if I consume it, I will be sick. It's happened. People have seen me.
Schools can't have bake sales now because of
Fuck.
kids' peanut allergies.
Fuck. I don't
Al-
get it.
Almond,
Vaccinate.
peanut,
The
coconut.
vaccinations are good.
I'm allergic. I'm like totally allergic to coconut,
Yes, I know this, and I learned it the hard way.
but
I made this guy and his
Would I
wife.
send my kid to school saying, "Hey, he can't eat this"? No.
You know what you
the
can't eat.
problem is,
You know what
that
you
we
can't
don't fucking expose our kids to the dirt, allergens,
Mhm.
whatever, what
Everything's
have you,
sanitized.
because we're so sanitized.
Oh,
We've
Christ.
sanitized ourselves into a corner, literally into a corner, because we tell our kids, you can't touch this, you can't eat that, you
Mhm.
can't drink this, you can't drink that, you can't do anything. You're a globe.
Soy boy.
Yeah, soy boy.
exactly. Soy boy. All right, so I'm 47 years old
You're old.
this year. 47. I can't drink fucking regular milk. I found that out when I was 44.
I was in my 30s when I found out I couldn't drink regular milk.
I fucking drink milk. I shit my pants.
Mm-hmm.
I get 10
Same.
minutes down the road. I'm like, oh, I gotta go.
You feel the gurgle.
No, really need.
Yeah,
Nobody really needs a drink.
The
milk.
gurgle is real.
I love milk.
The milk thing, I kind of give people a pass on because we're the only species that drinks milk from another animal.
All right,
So,
fair.
But I love milk.
not
I used to
anymore.
love the flavored
It's
milk,
over.
banana milk, chocolate milk, strawberry banana gimmick, Schneebitz Jones.
Chocolate milk.
Loved it.
Chocolate milk and regular milk, my favorites. If you give me any other milk, I'm like, yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm taking Tom Jones as one of my picks in the next few weeks when we do Ultimate albums.
It's not unusual.
Not gonna make it.
Really, Tom Jones or a Tom Jones?
No, Tom Jones, the actual
Like-
awesome singer.
Like, do you mean like
Tom Jones is a drink. You know
like
that,
Tom
right?
Tom Waite or something? But you're saying Tom Jones. See, you've done this Jones thing so much that we don't know if we can take
I'm
you
second
seriously
time.
anymore.
I'm second time Jones.
You are.
So you
second
have
hand
to
Jones.
fucking
He's
realize.
known
what
my Jones gimmick for years.
So Tom Jones.
Watch this. You know, I at my job,
we talked about this the
at
other
my
day.
job, I love everybody at the job except the new Pussycat. What new Pussycat? Whoa, 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 whoa! Dad joke in the house. I got a job at the circumcision
Eddie.
lab. Doesn't pay well, but I get to keep the tips.
I know political dad jokes.
Oh
What?
Christ!
What
You're like old dad.
what did communists used to use before candles?
What?
Electricity.
Oh Christ!
That's fucking
Pull the
bad.
plug. Just that
Boom,
one right
boom,
there.
boom, boom, boom. Where's the bullshit button?
What?
we have
No,
one on this
with
board?
as far as the vaccination thing goes, vaccinate your kids. Stop being Snowflake Jones. Stop listening to everything the news outlets tell you. The vaccination is bad for your kids. It causes autism. No, it doesn't. It prevents your kids from getting debilitating diseases that may or may not kill the motherfuckers. If you love your kids, vaccinate your kids. That's all I have to say about it. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Well, they've also
I
had.
am against flu vaccines. You'll never convince me to take a flu vaccine.
Oh, funny story.
I will agree with you on
Same
that point.
story. Within a year of each other, we had this problem.
So I got the flu vaccine after my cancer surgery
Mm-hmm.
on my head. I got sick as a motherfucker from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick as a
The
dog.
year before, I got a flu vaccine at my job when I was working for PCC in Groton, and it made me sick
And
as a
he got
dog.
sick.
I would 3 days off, and he would come to my house after work with like bread and soup, and like, Megan and I made this for you. Like, thank you. I'll try to hold it down. I wasn't being a prick. I was like, I literally went to the fridge, got a glass of orange juice, drank it, and in 20 minutes later, I'm puking half my body weight out.
Yeah.
The flu vaccine is bullshit.
I will say the flu it's prevalent, but you get the vaccine, you're basically saying, "Oh, look at me,
Give me the
give me the fucking flu."
Yeah, you're
And
basically putting the
people tell me
fucking
I'm
virus into you.
People tell me I'm full of bullshit about that,
Or shit.
but
We're living proof.
I've done it all right, since I'm 47 now. Since I was 30,
old.
yeah, fuck you.
Yes.
For the last 17 years, I have had the flu vaccine. Half of those years, every time I get the flu vaccine, I fucking get sick.
Yeah, it's the one time I took it that I got sick. I would laugh at people when we were at Mohegan Sun, you and I, for years and years.
Yeah, we had to get the flu vaccine.
They would say, go down and get your free flu vaccine. I never did it. Are you going to go down? No.
"Nope."
You're going to go down? No.
Nope.
Are you going to? No.
And that's where I got
I'm not going
most of
down.
mine was from fucking Mohegan.
I never went. But when I was at PCC, I did it just once. I said, you know what? Everybody's scared. People are getting the flu. People are dying. I'm going to get the flu vaccine.
That was like during the bird flu shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went and got it, and I was sicker than shit.
You were there during like the whole fucking
H1N1 gimmick? Or
oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh, the swine flu.
Swine flu.
Swine flu. I never
you
took
remember,
the vaccine.
You remember when everybody was like avoiding the Haitians that
Yep.
worked there, the Asians?
Dude, I make jokes about it. If I sneezed, I'm like, oh shit, I got the bird flu. I'm gonna die. You remember my girlfriend at the time?
We were in Grave.
KJ. Yeah,
We were in
on
Grave
grave
at the
shift.
time.
We'd be talking to each other. Achoo! Oh shit, I got the bird flu. I'm gonna die. And we'd giggle. We'd giggle our asses off.
we laugh about it, but there's truth behind that fucking story.
I remember that whole thing because this was the funniest thing. Now, like, I don't know if
Swine flu too.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I've ever said to you guys before, but I was a bit of a Ron Paul supporter, and
I'm sorry.
during the whole
fuck, here it comes.
during the whole like swine flu thing, every politician is scaring the shit out of
Mhm.
everybody.
The whole H1N1, yeah.
They're all like Obama is scaring the shit out of everybody. This, that, and the other thing.
You need to get vaccinated.
Congressman
You
Paul-
need to get this shot. You need to get this. You need to get that.
Congressman Paul comes on
Yeah.
TV and he's like, "Guys, I'm a doctor."
And I'm not gonna lie to
He's
you.
like, "I'm not gonna lie to you. You can get sick, and if you're really, really, really young or really, really, really old, you might die.
But anybody in the middle,
You
you're
can
fine.
die from
You're
a regular
fucking
flu.
fine.
Yeah, you
Like,
could
you
you could
told people
die
the
from
truth.
choking on a ham sandwich, Mama Cass. But look,
Or
there
Pounding one
anything
out on
can-
the toilet, Elvis.
Oh, look, I tell people all the time, you can be afraid of a lot of things. When that swine flu thing hit back in the day, it's like you have about as much chance of getting the swine flu as you do hitting the Powerball. Which would you rather have? I'd rather hit the
The fucking
Powerball
Powerball.
than go buy a ticket.
You know, it's
Because
funny,
those are your chances.
Because I was working at the warehouse at the time, and I knew people that got the swine flu.
Like the real, actual H1N1.
They got H1N1. They were sick as a dog, but then they came back to work.
How long? Week, maybe 2 weeks.
It was a week because they changed the attendance policy to reflect it.
Mm-hmm.
So if they got diagnosed with it, they actually needed. They wouldn't let you come back in without a clean bill. of
Right,
health.
right, and that's
So-
fair.
And
Completely
so,
fair.
So there was a couple people that were out like a week or 2 weeks, and you could collect short term,
Okay.
which was cool. But again, it's government's really good at two things: blowing things up and scaring the fuck out of people.
Of course, that's their deal. That's their MO.
Like,
That's why 37% of our money goes to the fucking government now.
And it comes to that point,
Mhm.
the Stop and Shop.
Oh yeah, you want to
strike.
talk about that real quick? Stop and Shop in the
real
Northeast.
Real quick.
If
Sure.
you guys aren't aware, if you're worldwide, if you're in another part of the country,
Cross the line.
one of the biggest
Well, the
grocery
only
chains,
thing open is the pharmacy right now.
pharmacy and the People's Bank that are in there.
Yep.
Some stores have temporary associates.
If
working.
you are not in the Northeast, you do not know what Stop and Shop is. Stop and Shop is our Publix, it's our Winn-Dixie, it's our Meijer, it's whatever you have, Sweet Bay across the country. It's our main grocery chain.
Piggly Wiggly.
3 days, Piggly Wiggly, same. 3 days ago, Stop and Shop went on strike because the union and the corporation could not come to an agreement. Now, I'm going to ask you because you brought it up. What do you think?
All right, so they're asking. All right, so the reason they're striking is that the employees are saying that on Sundays they're going to cut time and a half and do $2 an hour more instead. All right,
like everybody else, I should throw out.
Yeah, pretty much.
all right.
Pretty
So
standard.
So I interviewed for Stop and Shop 2 weeks ago,
Okay.
3 weeks ago here in Montville.
Great beer prices there, by the way.
Now my offering pay was minimum wage,
Garbage.
and I have 20 years experience in retail.
Don't get me started in the
Uh,
whole fucking.
We can talk about this next week, but
Mhm.
my entire life, I've worked retail, I've worked sales, I've worked inside sales, much like Eddie, customer service. The bottom line was part-time, we don't hire full-time,
Fuck you.
and we hire part-time minimum wage.
Nope. See you
So,
later.
$10 an hour.
Nope.
Which is now the Connecticut
Minimum.
minimum
Okay,
wage.
it's supposed
10-10.
I think it's next year. It's supposed to bump up again.
They want to bump it up to like I think.
well, they passed something,
Yay!
and it's supposed to go up in. Well, I think the minimum wage should be 0, but that's an entirely different conversation.
I agree.
I think you
mean,
should pay
it's
people by their
based on skill and fucking
Exactly.
experience.
exactly.
10 an hour.
The problem that's fucking you with Stop and Shop is they will, because of the union rules, they can only promote from within. So you have to go in part time.
And I have to buy into the fucking
Yes.
union
Yes,
at $10 an hour, 10 an hour,
and pay the fees.
and pay the fees, which is like $5 a week.
Yep.
And get 20 hours. That's my max. That was my maximum offer was 20 hours a week.
Right.
Horse shit.
At
You
10
pay
bucks,
people by
at
their
10
skill.
an hour minus my
Bro.
union fees.
If I was paid by my skill and my experience, I'd be making bank, bro.
They
Dude,
do that to
I
fucking
worked
meat
when
cutters.
I left AMP. This was 1990. When I meet Megan, 1997. I was making $18 an hour as a fucking receiving manager /
I was a CGO coordinator for ShopRite when I left back in 2000, and I was making 12.
Well, here's the problem:
20
is that Stop and Shop is one of the last union shops in the country.
That's their mistake.
I mean, like Big Y, you go to Big Y, you don't pay your union fee.
There's no union.
There's no union. You go to
ShopRite,
ShopRite, no union, and they pay
Better.
according to your experience.
What they do is they hire what they need. So
Right, and they don't
Yeah.
hire above and beyond what they need. They
So
hire exactly
what
what
Stop
they
and
need.
Shop does. So meat cutters make bank.
Yeah.
Like
I-
20 plus an hour meat cutting.
Part of my story is that when I was with AMP was that I was a journeyman
Yeah.
for meat cutter.
Yeah.
So when I was meat cutter, I made a different amount. They had no union. The meat cutters didn't have a union. They had their own union.
Yeah, there used to be a meat cutters union.
And they weren't on the same pay scale as bagger or fucking
Oh no, definitely not.
cashier or whatever up front
Mhm.
end manager.
Right.
So I got into that trade, and they're like, nope, you're back to where you need to be. You're gonna be back at the fucking back end and receiving.
Look, there's a lot of places that want Herculean effort for Mickey Mouse money. And it's horseshit. It's all horseshit. But at the end of the day, as long
Well-
as the corporation has their hand on your throat and their
Well-
foot on your foot, where
Yeah.
do you go?
Megan and I were talking about this earlier this week. Why would you want to go to work for a company that pays you minimum wage,
Dick.
takes weekly union dues,
More dick.
more dick, and limits you to what you can work.
Okay.
Their bottom line for work is 20 hours a week.
Yep.
It's garbage.
15 hours is what I was offered. 15 to 20.
And you have how many years experience
I
in
have-
not only surveillance but retail and customer service?
I started in fucking grocery stores when I was
That was my first job.
14 years old as a bagger
Yep.
at AMP, Waldbaum's at the time.
Waldbaum's in Groton.
1986.
Yep.
How long is that?
That's
Let's
20,
do the math.
33 years ago. if I'm
33
doing
years
my
ago.
math.
1995. I started the front end at ShopRite. I started at like $4.45
And I
an hour.
I
thought that was all the money in the world.
I did too, and I fucking loved that job. I loved working in a grocery store. The only thing that kept me from working in grocery to this day is travel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look, you brought it up and you said it best. You should be paid and compensated or what have you by your experience and what you bring to the table. Would you agree?
I absolutely agree. And whether you have education or not, they have to do.
There are people that I know who are highly educated who are morons. There are also people I know who are highly educated who are top of the food chain. Mayor of Middletown, giving you a shout out. There are people I know who have a GED and have gone on to do fantastic things. There are also people with a GED who are handed whatever they want because they fall into the corporate practice. What I'm saying is I'm a guy with 22 years experience in the retail. You've seen me in action.
I know. I was there when you were at Mohegan.
You're damn right. And I turned that business around.
And I again, that's why I say give the people who have the commensurate experience the fucking opportunity to do the job.
At the end of the day, you pay
and base the pay on that experience.
I'm sure everybody can go through their employee handbook, and believe me, I have. And it says the manager will base your pay, and I can't blame my manager right now because she didn't have a say in the matter. The company did. They recruited me, to be honest, and they sold me a fucking oceanfront property in Arizona.
All right, so here's a very pointed.
Before you do, let me finish my point. I got sold a bill of goods, and I still go in and I give Herculean effort, but I'm getting Mickey Mouse pay. At the end of the day, if you want Herculean effort, give Herculean pay. If you want someone to do the best of their ability, you make sure that you appreciate them each and every day. And I'll give credit to my boss. My boss appreciates what I do every single day. But my boss doesn't control the purse strings. As many times as she's tried, she has gone out for me and gone out on a limb, and they've come back with the same thing. Well, we can't afford it. Can I do this just once? Can I? No, I'm not even going to bother. It's just horseshit. I'm not even going to fucking. I'm not even going to do it.
It is. So my wife just came up with a beautiful point. The only ones who benefit from a union is the union itself and shitty employees.
Well, thank you, Megan, for that point.
They fucking protect the shitheads.
Oh yeah.
I was there.
I wish I could plug in the gimmick. I would bring.
I was there and I fucking witnessed it for fucking years.
Do you remember that at Mohegan Sun when UAW came in and tried to get? And they did. They succeeded. They got the poker dealers and the fucking gimmicks.
They were in the fucking Eagle View employee garage.
Yes.
They're fucking trying to recruit employees. Like,
and
what
they
the
won.
Fuck?
And they won
on a reservation.
Yeah, on the res. We had the. All right.
Yeah, you know.
Tell the story. Tell the story real quick. He was front line.
Federal laws protect unions, so they could get away.
Full disclosure.
Yeah.
I worked for surveillance at Mohegan. All right, hat off.
So you're a big brother.
Yeah, basically, and I saw that every day. We had to monitor that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, part of me was like, I sympathize with the people that are looking to form a union. The other half of me is like, unions are bullshit.
The dealers were already making bank, let's be honest.
And that's my point. The dealers were fucking making mint. They could fucking take a day off every other day.
And still get their toke rate.
They were still raking in the fucking money.
Whereas you or
I
me
could work
or
3 if I were a dealer, I could work 3 days a week and make the same money I made 7 days a week after 20 fucking years.
do you remember the story where
After 20 fucking
yeah.
years.
You remember the story? It was about 2002, and you and me and Jimmy wanted to go to a concert, and I'm like, guys, I can't. I just worked a triple,
Yeah.
20 fucking 4 hours straight. You know why? Because I was 28 years old, no wife, no
And-
kid, no family.
Well, we didn't know any better either.
Right, but it was just me putting myself out there because bank was there to be had. I was making decent money, but then I would hear my dealer buddies go, "Yeah, I worked 3 days last week. I made X," and I'm looking at my paycheck, and I made S.
Yeah, you're like way back on the scale.
Oh, yeah.
Of what you
And
could have
all they
made.
did was for 8 hours, blackjack
I can
or
count to fucking-
bust, or I can count to 21.
I can count to 21, or I can tell you whether you're a fucking
Then the union came in.
Caribbean fucking
Exactly, the horse shit.
Caribbean
Fuck.
jackpot winner or not. I mean, it
I think unions are a fucking scourge in America right now.
they were good for the time that they were invented. They were invented during the times of after the Depression,
Mm-hmm.
and
Where people needed protection.
they needed the protection from the employers.
Oh, we'd have to have a whole episode.
This
on
would I
the-
Then
agree.
let's do it.
I fucking agree. I could
'Cause-
debate this
'cause
to the
union-
last
the unions
fucking.
didn't do as much good as everyone thinks.
They-
In the day,
in the-
perhaps, but not in the last
Not as much
40
as-
years.
do you
No.
know? Do you know how many people were murdered by union thugs back then?
Jimmy
Oh.
Hoffa.
Not just him.
No, like a lot because
Oh, yeah.
And
they
yet-
would kill workers because
I'll go so far as say our own president was sending union thugs to rough people up to get what he wanted.
Which president?
because
FDR.
I'll buy that.
because
I mean, everyone
I
loves
have
him, but he's a
rel-
tyrant.
I'm a
I'll buy it.
I'm a politician. I have relatives that need a job. I'm gonna fuck you up
Yeah.
to get them the job. That's what.
And-
That's how they
A lot of these unions too saw what. So real quick.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So FDR does this. He can't, but he makes the companies all agree not to lower wages. Okay, so the company
Right.
goes bad.
Right.
Back then, what they would do is they would just lower people's wages. Like, oh, I can't afford the price of labor,
So we'll just
but we
lower
want,
the wage.
We need to keep the production up to keep the cost down. So FDR makes them freeze their wages.
Yep.
So they freeze all their wages, and he also makes them cut production to keep prices up at a time where people are broke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're fucking broke, and to the extent where he had hundreds and thousands of cornfields slashed, pigs slaughtered, all these. I don't understand why he even romanticizes this guy. So, what they do is like, well, we'll just cut the labor force. Bunch of people lose their jobs
Of course.
because they can't change the wages.
Ooh,
They also-
You're welcome.
They also can't compete for new employees because they can't offer more wages. Everyone's paying the same. Oh, you have a warehouse. Everyone's making. We'll throw out $5 an hour back then. Everyone's making $5 an hour.
Well,
So-
back then, $5
so
an hour
then-
was a fucking mint.
Yeah, but
That's where minimum wage
Here's the
came
thing.
into effect.
here's the thing, though. So what they do is like, well, okay, we can't offer more wages, but we'll offer these people health insurance. So one
Or
company,
we'll offer these people
Well,
yeah,
then-
benefits.
whatever.
They start
Look,
paying
time
benefits.
off,
okay, so
vacations.
They start offering health insurance to people.
I got an argument to this.
FDR and the union thugs see that and say, "Oh, make everybody do it." So the people credit him as like, "Oh, he fixed the depression." No, he extended it by 8 years.
Exactly.
He
Look,
made it worse than it was
Yes.
originally.
Depression out of the way. The 4 years I spent at PCC, which, depending on how you look at it, I met some of the greatest human beings in my life there, but it was also the worst 4 years of my life. I made bank working there, okay? But they think because you make bank, we control you. You can work 7 days a week. My friend Chuck, not the one in Canada, the one here in Norwich, Connecticut, has worked there 31 years. He has gotten 1 day off a week for 31 years. And when they would come and say, yeah, we're extending it, we all have to work and this and that and the other thing, we're not union. And, you know, you call out, you get a point, the whole point system. I get it. I've worked at Mohegan Sun. I understand the point system. But
Yeah.
if you're a guy like me at that time with a young daughter who you have 50% of the time at that time, that's not possible. But if you're Chuck, who's never had kids, who has, you know, him and his wife,
When's he got time to knock anyone up?
exactly.
pretty much. And it was just like, my boss at the time, who happened to be Cunty McWonderslut's father, I said that because I knew it would make him laugh. Trademark Chris Burns. And if anybody wants to know who that is, just ask me, private message me, or ask me in person. I don't give a fuck. Cunty McWonderslut.
I will tell you.
And he came to me one day and says, "You don't like money?" I'm like, "No. What I don't like is that you told me when I got this job it meant more money for me, more time with my daughter, more time with my girlfriend, and I'm here 6.5 days a week, and it's all fine and good, but I have no time to spend.
But
I'm always on the job, 12 hours a day. Now, that's good money until you don't see your kid.
Well, it brings
You're spending it on daycare, which is astronomically high in that day. Even then, in 2012 to 2016, astronomically high.
It brings upon the one thing I look at any job that I'll take is a work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand that home comes first. I'll work for you. But
If you're not religious, God, family, work.
Exactly.
If you're not religious, it's family, work, what have you.
What
next.
have you?
Netflix.
There you go, Netflix.
And chill. No, but for me, what have I done for the last year and a half?
Searched and hunted
And hunted and hunted and hunted. But
a year and a half ago, I was painting this studio.
And
while I'm painting, I'm talking to him when he got released from his job in very suspect circumstances.
Whatever. Well, I don't want to talk about that.
No, and I just want to bring that out there that I can pinpoint where I was when you called me and said, "Hey, Chris, this just happened to me." And I've got this thing, Speakerphone Jones, in my ear, painting and going, "Tell me your story."
But you were there.
Of course.
You listened.
It's what brothers do, man.
That's what we do. But my point being is that in this day and age, with any job you have, whether it's union, non-union, whatever, it's suspect to, fuck you, you're fired.
Mm-hmm. In Connecticut, especially where we record and where we live, at will employment.
At will employment. And like Eddie left his job, his previous job,
mm-hmm.
and he seemed pretty happy where he is now.
I haven't had a bad day yet.
Every time I've seen you there twice, and you seem very happy. I think they're great people. I've bought tons of stuff from them.
Yep. The Eternal Flame and the Goddess of Love used to work there. She said, "Oh, Eddie's going there. It's going to be a great thing."
Hey, I'm sorry. Next Tuesday, I have to go to the doctor's, or I have to take my daughter to fucking ballet, or I have to take my daughter to wherever. Doesn't matter. I'm looking for that type of employer.
That's a new thing.
That's a word.
Employer.
Employer.
That's a T-shirt.
Yeah.
With Lynch's face on it. Employer.
I'm looking for that type of employer that will say, "Okay, I will work around your schedule." And whether it's convenient for them or not, as long as they say, "Okay, I can work with it," that's fine. If they tell me no at the end of the day, I'll still be fine with it, because they actually give a shit to sit you down and say, "Chris, I'm sorry. You told me next Tuesday you can't come to work, and you have to pick up your daughter from New Hampshire,
Vermont, same thing.
Vermont, whatever.
One's a V, one's the other.
One's a penis.
Look at the map. It's a round Earth. Just deal with it.
The thing I hate about this whole union thing and unions in general is, and not to disagree with anything you said, but these people act like those jobs belong to them, and they don't.
Well, and that's the other thing. They're fighting for all right, Sundays they'll get $2 more an hour instead of time and a half. They want to take away part-time employees' benefits.
Was it in their contract that Sunday was time and a half?
Where the fuck can you go right now, as a part-time employee and get fucking benefits for your family?
Place I just left.
Army.
Well, but it's rare.
It's funny.
It's rare.
When I was working,
you say military, yes, you could do a fucking guard reserve and get military benefits for your family.
But then again, that's not for everybody, and
but
especially
you're serving the government.
But
you're
especially
not
now
serving,
in Snowflake Jones society,
you're not serving the fucking public. You're serving the military.
You know what they do now in the military? If things are getting too tough and you're out in training, you can throw a little card in the air like a
you throw
soccer
up a-
fucking game, and they
you
let
throw up
you
a red
go to the
card.
side. You fucking weak tit motherfucker.
Well, how do you think?
Do you remember? You
how do
remember
think they
Colbert,
beat
right?
ISIS?
Yeah, Colby Legaspi.
Yeah.
Love that fucking guy.
He
how
went
they-
through Camp Lejeune,
Yep.
and he said when he went through basic,
Toughest.
he's a tough motherfucker.
Yeah.
And his father was a fucking amazing person.
Mm-hmm.
I will do a shout out to Colbert and his father.
Colby.
Great. He was a great fucking guy.
Mhm.
He was a chef.
Yeah.
And Colbert, when he went through Camp Lejeune, said his class during basic was the first fucking basic training class where you could pull out a yellow card or a red card.
Which is, he was a year behind me, which I went to Fort Jackson, and Lee Bozeman, former guest on the show, will tell you, we got our asses beat on a daily
they
basis.
could pull out a fucking yellow card or a red card and say,
I'm
"Drill
done."
instructor, I'm feeling stressed or I'm feeling insulted."
I went to sick call.
Yeah.
It's a great story. Lee Bozeman will verify all this. They were going to BRM, basic rifle marksmanship, for those of you uninitiated. Chris is never in the Army. Fuck you.
Chris Burns never served.
Right. So I went to sick call because I had a little bit of indigestion, whatever. They cured me. I went back and they brought me by the truck, and I got off and they gave me my gun and did my rifle marksmanship. I'm like, pa 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 pa, and everything was off. So I clicked the sights and whatever, pa 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 pa, all within the circle. My drill sergeant, and I'll never forget it, Drill Sergeant Miller, said, "Y'all motherfuckers have been out here all day, all goddamn day." And Burns comes back from sick call, takes 6 shots, sights his weapon, and then gets them all in the circle. And y'all been out here all goddamn day. And he did it in 12 fucking shots. Why can't you do that? Boy, when I got back to the barracks that night, I was like, I'm going to get killed.
Well,
There's
because you're
going to
gonna
be
hear-
a blanket party with
because you're
my
gonna hear
name
from
on
these-
it.
You're going to
But
hear from the guys who don't give a fuck and don't give an effort.
Fortunately for me, there was one guy, his name was Peterson, who just you could have given him a bazooka, he couldn't have hit the target. And he blew it for everybody, and we all had to do push-ups because Peterson fucked it up for everybody, and Chris was off the hook. And we got back to the barracks, and I'll never forget, Lee Bozeman was in the bunk behind me. It was me and McCooey was the underneath. I was the top bunk, McCooey's the underneath, and Bozeman was in the bunks behind us. And Bozeman came in and says, "You got so lucky." I said, "Oh, you damn right I did." It was so fucked
Well,
up.
there's just so much shit that they're fighting for that I mean, in my bones, I get it. I understand. I worked for a union. I've been a union employee. I was for years, and I get what you're trying to fight for, but not working is not going to solve your fucking problem.
They're not making any money out there on the line.
So, like, the pharmacies and the whatever banks are open in the stores. They don't work for Stop and Shop.
No, they don't. They're independent.
They're independent. They're third party contractors. They do what they want to do. But I drove by Stop and Shop today twice.
Montville
No,
or Norwich?
Norwich.
Okay.
They had people at across the street from,
You're right, because yesterday I did the same thing. Across the street, on the side, at both entrances, up
And-
the street,
and
near
by
Benny's.
by Gorin's and Benny's.
Yep.
What the fuck are you doing? I mean,
It's good to spread the word, but you spread the word in front of the place you're working at.
And I don't have a vote.
I don't either.
I can't do
honk
anything.
your horn if
Yay.
you support
Yay!
you support the strike.
To quote Jimmy Wisman, yay!
Yes,
Who gives a
'cause
shit?
I don't care.
Shopping at overpriced Y is what I always love doing.
Well, and
I
then,
like Big Y better anyway, but that's
fuck Big Y.
that's where I run into
Oh,
Lynch all the time.
to that point. I fucking have seen so many fucking posts on Montville Community Forum, Norwich Community Forum. Oh, my Big Y was so crowded today. Blah 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 blah. They're complaining about getting business.
You know what the funny thing
Fuck
is?
you.
The funny thing is,
Fuck you. You're working.
on Sunday,
These motherfuckers are
Walmart's
striking.
Walmart's grocery is still like empty.
I went to
I won't buy shit at Walmart.
in this town-
other than dry, nothing.
in this town where we live in Norwich, Connecticut, or you live in Montville and you live in East Bumfuck or whatever. On Sunday, I went to Big Y early in the day. Business as usual. Later in the afternoon, I got sent out to get other things at ShopRite. Right, it's closer to my house, but I prefer Big Y, so I go to ShopRite.
Why?
It looked like a third world country empty. And I'm not saying this for the clientele. I'm saying it's like if you took a boat and said, all you guys go to America and have fun. It was, even the express line was 16 people
I
deep.
went to Big Y 2 days ago, and it was like fucking chaos.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have the staff, they didn't have the
My
manpower
girlfriend-
to
and
run.
they have to pick up for the other Big Y in this area. What you guys don't understand, if you're listening around the country, around the world, there are two major grocery retailers in this area. There's Stop and Shop and there's Big Y. Stop and Shop, maybe, what's the third?
ShopRite.
Uh,
ShopRite.
Not
and
in, not in Norwich, trust me.
well, no,
That's like Ghetto Jones.
no. ShopRite's always fucking busy when I'm there.
Not
yeah.
really.
And I go there like
When I go into
at
Stop,
least once a week.
Excuse
when
me,
I go into
sir.
ShopRite, it's in and out, no fucking about.
Excuse
And
me.
he even took the microphone out of the gimmick. When I go to ShopRite, it's like In and Out Jones. When I go to Big Y or Stop and Shop, always busy, always people milling around, always people shopping. But to go to ShopRite on Sunday and see the mass of humanity and the people that are there, because the number one biggest grocery retailer is currently on strike, that was a culture shock to me.
Well, and it kills me that I see people who work at the other two competing grocery stores. They're complaining about the business.
No, be happy because you're making bank.
Fuck you. You're at work.
Yeah,
These
that's your
motherf-
job.
Well, if they don't have staffing to cover it, plus keep in mind the
NMFP.
Affordable Care Act is limiting part-time hours.
and
NMFP.
that's a big problem.
Because when I was working at ShopRite, my average hours were 48.
Yeah.
And they used to figure vacation time based on your average hours for part-time.
Yep.
I was getting 40-hour checks for vacation as a part-timer.
Yep.
You can't do that anymore.
Well, when I worked for AMP/Wall Bombs back in the day, I was hired part-time. I got promoted to full-time. And as a full-time employee, which I should be 40 hours a week, I was doing 70 hours a week.
Yeah.
But I was traveling to fucking
You-
Brantford, Clinton,
They were
North
sending you
Haven.
wherever they need you.
wherever
Kind of like Norwich, Middletown, Rocky Hill, which I'm kind of in the middle
No,
of now.
we all know your
Here's the thing.
drama.
And you know what's funny too? When I was part-time
just
at
saying.
ShopRite,
Same.
when I was part-time at ShopRite,
Retail's
my
retail,
insurance, my health insurance cost like $15 a week, and I never even heard of a deductible till I was like
Well,
in
and that's my
late
point.
20s.
I
So-
started there when I was 14 fucking
And
years
I had
old.
3 insurance companies to pick from.
Yep.
I started there when I was 14 years old, and I quit when I was 24, 25.
Yeah.
I was making more money than most people I knew in any other industry at the time.
Same with me at Blockbuster back when I was in college, and even after that, I stayed
The
at Blockbuster.
only reason I left was because of the fucking travel. They wanted me to travel all over the
Yeah.
goddamn state
Well, that's
and not give me
Oh,
gas
Christ.
reimbursement.
Same.
That was
With
a downside if
Blockbuster,
you're
go to
full-time
Westerly,
anywhere
go
they
Yeah.
want you.
go cover Westerly, go cover Old Saybrook, go do this. Who's paying for my
See,
gas?
I was lucky when I was finally full-time. It's when the Capanos bought the store.
No, yeah.
So he
And
just had
We
the
already
one
talked
store.
about Scott Capano. Let's
And
not
then
do this again.
I don't talk about him. You keep bringing him.
No, Mike brought him up, and he's not here.
I have no problem with them.
I
Mike brought him
I
up.
worked with him briefly, and then left. But actually, if they had given me the job I had asked for,
Hey, they own the Harper and Dragon.
I'd probably still be
so
there.
Fuck them.
Here's the thing.
Fuck
I,
'em.
I to this day I will say this. I love Ken Senior. I thought he was a great guy. I thought he was a great businessman. He was respectful. I watched him.
He did you right.
I watched him grab my boss by the back of his neck and say, "Hey, come with me." I loved it because my boss was a cocksucker.
Yes.
But so I got lucky in that regard because they only had the one store, but then they opened the new London store, which I helped set up. By the way,
Nice.
I allocated the.
It's a nice
grocery
store, by the
department.
way.
Yeah,
It is a-
and
I
now
go
I guess
there
they now
usually.
have one down in.
There's one opening in Cromwell.
Yes.
Well, there is one
Yes.
opening in
Soon.
Cromwell, but they have another.
I applied for that job,
in
by the way.
Good.
I think further south, like Clinton or
You
something
come
like
see me
that.
on lunchtime.
They have another
just
one.
past Saybrook.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
opened
Yeah,
another one.
just
so.
past Saybrook. I
The-
applied for that job.
I remember the goal. The goal was for them to have 5 stars because Ken calls his company 5-star supermarkets.
Yeah.
So the goal is to have 5 of them. There's 5 members of his family, him, his wife, and their 3 kids. That's why they're 5-star.
Yep.
So little side trivia for you.
Nice.
But
nice.
Scotty was never into the grocery store. I'm not surprised he bought the Harp and Dragon.
I'm not either.
Like he wasn't really into it that as much as his brother Ken Jr. was.
Well, and my wife even had to point that out to me.
Your wife is awesome.
She's like, you notice that the Harp and Dragon logo is on the side of the
On the delivery trucks.
Trucks, right? I'm
Yeah.
like,
I questioned that for years
Yeah.
until somebody
And she's
told me
like,
Capano
they-
bought it.
the Capanos own that fucking company.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, makes sense now. Makes sense.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, the ShopRites are independently owned stores.
Yes.
So
You remember back in the day when it was Price Rate here in Norwich?
Yeah,
it was
ShopRite everywhere else.
No, there was another ShopRite in Norwich.
There was a
Yes.
Price Rate.
Ames Plaza.
A little,
Yes.
a little old guy owned it.
There was a two.
Oh no, it was down. Christ, Sturtevant Street.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's why they
not
call
too
it
far
Price
from
Rite.
Agway.
Right.
Yeah, there was a Price Rate, a ShopRite, and a ShopRite.
Yeah,
And there was a ShopRite in Groton. The ShopRite in Groton and the ShopRite on Sturtevant Street were the same owners, I believe.
Mel.
no,
Or am I getting it backwards?
they own the one ShopRite in Norwich.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mel.
yes.
He was on the
The-
bags for fuck's sake. His
So,
picture
The,
creeped the shit out of me when I was a kid.
there was a company called Pathmark that owned a bunch of ShopRites.
And,
that
and
pulled-
Pathmark
that
is
pulled
still
out.
big in
Owned
Jersey.
the one in Groton too.
Yeah, they pulled out and dumped all their stores, and that would have hurt Wakefern Food Corp a lot.
Right,
so
right,
they,
right.
they decided to create a subsidiary called ShopRite Supermarkets, and they bought all those stores and kept them running.
All
The
right.
problem is that guy owned the ShopRite in Norwich, and the way the trademark law works on a local level is he was there first before ShopRite was in ShopRite.
Yes,
Right.
was
all
in
right,
Norwich.
all right.
So it became
So
Price Right.
They came up with Price Right, even though they had ShopRite goods on the shelf.
But they could still buy from Wakefern Foods.
well,
Right,
yeah, they could even still have ShopRite products in the store,
Yep.
but they had to go in a paper bag. They couldn't leave the store exposed. Our uniforms all said Price.
Right.
When I worked there with ShopRite again because that guy had died and his kids didn't want to take it over.
Right.
We still had uniforms that said Price Right. They were still like changing them out.
How do we close this out tonight, gentlemen? Let's go around the room, starting with Eddie. How do we close this out? What do you want to say to the people?
Fucking unions. No.
Well, yeah,
Sorry.
but
Well,
Eddie, it's all you.
let's let
No.
Ed talk.
I'll sum up a union real quick. If unions were that great, they wouldn't need laws to guarantee membership. That's all I'm saying.
And they wouldn't require dues.
Well, I don't mind dues. I'm just saying, if they were that good, if you were really getting your value for your dues, you don't need the federal government passing laws to protect them.
Oh, and again, I reflect on what my wife said is that they protect the fucking shitheads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're supposed to protect the weak.
Amen.
My dad worked for a union shop for 40 fucking years before he passed away. He retired in 2007,
Mm-hmm.
and he worked for a guy in a union that was a drunk who would show up late, roll the clock back, punch a clock, roll it forward, go pass out in his fucking truck, and wake up when he sobered up
That sounds awfully familiar.
and punch a clock again to go home.
Sounds like some of the people
Now,
Amy works with.
Sounds like some of the people I work with.
Now listen, this guy made water for the fucking public.
Made it.
How do you
Made
make
water.
water?
Well, no. He worked. My dad worked for the
He drank
reservoir.
The beer. He drank the
Oh.
beer when it came out. It was water.
I'm gonna go make some water real quick while Lynch finishes his point. I can still hear him.
But he made water for the fucking public of the town, the city of Groton.
Right. What are public utilities then?
So let's protect this asshole and a guy who's undereducated, doesn't stand up for his responsibilities, a drunk, and comes to work like that. Let's stand up for him, but not the guy who, oh, I have a child care problem, I have this problem, I have this problem, whatever. oh no, fuck you, you're gonna get pushed aside. But this guy,
And you'll
this
be the
guy
one
keeps
laid
his
off.
fucking job.
You'll be the one laid off first.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
I'm the fucking guy who comes to work every day. I'm the guy who punches the clock right on time.
If
I
you're
leave
lucky-
right on time.
If you're lucky, he gets offered an early retirement and you get to stay.
Right, and
if he says yes.
exactly, and that's basically what happened to my dad.
Side note, where my girlfriend works, they have a union there, and they're constantly having financial issues because people are way past their retirement, and they're staying, because the money's so fucking high, and they don't expect any production out of everybody.
Well, that happens with most municipalities because they're all union.
Oh, Connecticut, perfect example. There's
State-
no way they're going to fill those pensions.
All right, so state cops that I knew that worked at the casino when I was there, they would stay there 20, but they would work beyond that because every assignment above their 8 hours was fucking overtime.
Yeah.
And they would just collect. And who's paying for it?
And the problem is, if people stay and they don't retire, you can't bring in the next generation of workforce.
You can't.
Some of them with piles and piles of college debt,
You
they
can't.
can't make any money.
You can't fucking repopulate what the workforce that you need. But that's from DOT to state police to the whatever, the garbage pickers, whatever.
Anything.
And they all fucking stay on for 40 fucking years because they know that if I get to my 40, I'm going to collect huge bank.
If they even
later on down.
If they even tried to get rid of that drunk that's not producing anything anymore, it's like, well, did you talk to him? Did you?
Yeah, they're
file
gonna
Did
go
you-
the whole
did you
snowflake
offer
route.
Did
him
you
help?
Offer him help? Did you show him documentation?
Doesn't matter.
Well, you can't be making accusations of being drunk on the job.
Well, I had that problem. I had that problem in A&P when I was there, and towards the end of my tenure there, I had gone from full time to part time, and I had restricted schedule, and they were continuously scheduling me where my schedule wouldn't allow, on purpose.
Wow, it sounds familiar.
Joe needs a union. The
So-
fucking military.
Mhm.
So
They'd be like, listen, you sent us to war 3 times, 3 administrations in a row.
Yeah.
The contract states we need at least 5 years of peace.
Wouldn't that be great?
Oh, that would be democracy.
Would it?
Good fucking luck with that. So, end of my tenure with that company was the store manager pulled me aside and said, "You're not holding up your end of the bargain." I'm like, well,
On what grounds?
that's what I said. I said, I have my limitations are here. They're documented. I'm going to college. I'm working another full-time job, and I'm doing this part-time now
Mhm.
because that was the order of responsibility. He's like, well, you didn't come into work Monday night. I was like, I can't work Mondays. I have a nighttime class. So would you like me to split myself in half and send half of me to here and half of me over there?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, that's what they expected. I went to my union steward.
Herculean effort, Mickey Mouse money.
I went to my union steward. She's like, well, there's nothing I can really do about that.
Horse shit.
I'm
Yeah,
like, here's a
exactly.
member
Go
of
ahead.
here's a member of management who is not in the fucking union. I'm a union worker who pays my fucking dues for you to do your job.
Yeah.
Where's the fucking effort? Why? Why do I waste my fucking dues on this?
Yeah.
And that's where I feel the union system is broken.
Mm-hmm.
That's my ending statement for this week. The union system is fucking broken. You can strike all you want. You can ask for anything you want. The bottom line is the fucking company that has the banister, the name on their fucking doorstep, they have control.
Correct.
You are not. You have no responsibility to them at all. They don't give a fuck about you. I'm sorry. I may cause controversy by saying this, but you know what? Stop and Shop is the fucking boss.
Yep.
You are just a fucking keychain right here. Little Batman keychain.
Oh, do not disparage the great Batman keychain.
You might be the best goddamn keychain there is, but you're
But-
still just a keychain.
Exactly.
You're just a fucking piece of the puzzle.
Do you know what this
You
Batman
don't give
keychain
a.
does?
They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about your family. Don't give a fuck about anything that you need.
Amen.
They just want you to work the hours you're supposed to work, 15 to 25 hours a week. They don't hire full time. They hire part time.
pick that back up. Before I pay the bills, I'm gonna say this Batman keychain does a couple things. First of all, it's got a bottle opener right here.
Yeah, it does.
On one side, it's got a flathead screwdriver. on this side. It's got
A
a
little Phillips
head screwdriver right here. I mean, you could use this to rip things open. This is multi-faceted.
Can we buy that somewhere?
You can. I don't know where. Mike got it for me.
Oh,
He'd
I
have to tell us.
thought this was
You
leading
can probably
to like
get it on Amazon through LokiandJabroni.com, which
That's what I was leading
which I'm getting to in just a minute. I like how you do that. Our other co-host doesn't do that, but we love Loki anyway.
I miss him.
You have a multifaceted tool here, but what you're asking is, I want to pay $2 for this rather than the $5 that it's worth. The problem is, you want Herculean effort for Mickey Mouse money. It's not going to.
And the biggest problem is that you're gonna get what you pay for in the bottom line.
Pretty much. And there's a whole group of people out there that will basically eventually shut down and say, you know what? You want to pay me Mickey Mouse money? I'm going to give you Mickey Mouse effort.
Well, I worked through a strike in 1990 with A&P after Wall Bombs.
I remember that strike. I remember my mom wanting to go to Wall Bombs. We lived in Gales Ferry. We'd shop in Groton. She was like, this means I have to go to Knowles. I'm like, Knowles is local. Give them your money.
We had just been bought out in 1987 when I started at A&P. We were Wall
That's
Bombs.
when we first bought
when
we first
they
moved
were
into the
Wall
area.
Bombs.
Yep.
And we got bought out by A&P, which was owned by a German
Go ahead, say it.
real estate company.
Yep.
Yeah. They didn't give a fuck about the company.
A&P Liquors is still open, by the way.
Not all of them.
The one in Groton is.
Independently owned.
Stopped there not too long
They
ago.
probably just let him keep the name. Like
All right, so
Possibly.
all right, so Craig, who owned Northeast Wine and Spirits,
Yep.
that was an A&P Liquors. He bought that out.
shit.
He
All right.
bought that out. They're all independently owned now. A&P
right.
has no investment in this state.
So
now.
it's a name.
They're defunct.
Just a name.
All right. Speaking of a name, go to LokiandJabroni.com. Visit us. Go to our affiliates, Amazon, WWE, the 80s TV store, Gimmick Schnibbits Fernum. Buy your event tickets. Do what you got. Lynch is raising up the shot for Loki.
That's for you, Loki.
Saving it for you till you come back, brother.
Always.
Hope everything's good.
Always, bro. Right here on the console, waiting for you.
Patreon.com/Loki and Jabroni. Donate to the show. My last comment is really simple. If you like the show, if you love the show, share everything. Share the show. Share the YouTube. Share the Facebook. Share the Twitter.
Review on iTunes.
Exactly. Go to that little purple icon. Leave 5 stars.
Review, and fucking share. Dude.
Leave 5 stars and say, I'm not wearing underwear. We don't care what you say. All they care about is the star review. If you leave 5 stars and say, I had spaghetti for dinner, nobody gives a shit. Enter the Lynch. That was last week.
Dude, you have to have me on. That's my friend Mark Cropley.
Mark what?
Cropley?
Mark Cropley. First of all.
You've met him.
I
know you've met him.
Possibly.
He has a prosthetic leg.
Oh,
Tattoos.
Mark.
Yeah,
Okay, yes.
yeah.
Mark.
He worked at the casino with
Big
me.
ups, bro. We don't have to add you to shit. You add you to
He
this.
said, no, you have to have me on the show. Hilarious.
When?
Loving the last episode, he said. Which was my first appearance.
Last week. Enter
where I
the
fucked
Lynch.
up the opening.
That's all right.
Yeah,
we get it. Listen,
all right, Eddie. It's fine.
Mark, you see this gimmick right here? This is how you get on. And we will plug
and
this
I have
in.
one of these at home.
We will plug this into Lynch.
we
Shut
have-
up.
we have-
Shut up.
We have one more fucking input right here.
See, motherfucker, this is where shit goes wrong.
Yeah, but this is where we get fucking fan base, dude. If I can bring Mark on here,
Oh, I got you. We plug this in, and then we plug.
I got a microphone right here.
You want to bring him in right here?
I'll bring him. I'll go over in the fucking corner.
Okay,
here.
come back. No, come back to your microphone. This is how we do it. All right, Mark, are you listening?
I hope he is.
Mark, are you
because
listening?
I want him to be here.
Mark, there's 2 rules. 1, we bring a chair in. You're here. Somewhere you have a microphone. We have a couple extra microphones I'll have to work out and see if they work. Rule number 1, you come here and you bring the pain. Rule number 2, you bring a 30 rack. That's it. That's it. And when
That's
I
for
say
him, not for me. That's for him.
when you bring a 30 rack, you bring the blue and
shit.
you bring the blue and white because I do so much content during the week and Eddie has to produce it.
I will admit that Chris does a lot of work between this and the Speedway show.
Thank you. And I was going to get to that in a second. And as far
My journey in music.
As far as my journey with music is concerned, Eddie is still sitting on one in the can. That's going to be once a month. I know. I'm still getting messages. Where's the third episode? It's coming, guys.
I think
Ed has a lot to work on.
I think once a month is good with that because I think anything over that would be like kind of overkill.
I agree with that. I still have my playlist for the fourth episode right here. Look.
Oh, look at Eddie's face right now. He's like, oh,
and I agree.
You.
So when Ed, look, we had 2 in 2 weeks. That was February, early March.
No,
hopefully by the end of April, episode 3 comes out. Then we'll record episode 4 once a month. He works on so much content. I work on a lot of content. I did a live video yesterday for a group that I belong to called the Red Shill, and some of the Shillians were here tonight. Thank you so much. There's just so much content that we try to put out for you guys, and this is all for the grand total of free. So if you want to donate, go to patreon.com/Loki and Jabroni.
Loki and Jabroni.
Thank you. Go to the website, lokiandjabroni.com, shop our affiliates, dump some money into this. And now, since you already mentioned it, tomorrow night, the C&J Speedway review, we're going to review one of my favorite races, Bristol, where we're going to have a twofold little gimmick tomorrow. One, Martin Truex Jr., the number 19, fresh in his new team, wins his first short track race in 81 starts.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. This is a guy who on 2 mile, 1.5, 1 mile, he's amazing. On short tracks, he'll lead everything, and then something happens, and he breaks down, and
he'll just suck.
Exactly. So Martin Truex, he finally rings the bell. Boom, he's the winner. Who is my favorite Martin Truex fan of all time? My daughter, who loves Martin Truex Jr. So tomorrow night on the C&J Speedway review, my daughter is going to be a part of it, even for a short spell.
Good girl, Emma.
I know. She picked a good one. She could have picked Jimmy Johnson. I could have said, you'll never come to Dad's house again. Or she could have said, I like Kurt Busch, in which she'd be pooping toes because my foot would be so far up her ass. But it's always a great time. If you know nothing about racing, if you just love the Loki and Jabroni show, just once, tune into C&J Speedway Review. You'll have a great time. Having said that, he's Eddie Focus. This is Chris Lynch. I'm Jabroni Chris Burns, and we are out of time. We'll see you next week with a whole bunch of fresh topics. And his name was Mark?
Mark Cropley.
Mark, if you're out there, space open.
I got a space here.
Bring it
There's
on.
Space there. I can bring another webcam.
We got 8 more weeks. Bring it on.
We're good.
All right.
I just want to say real quick before I go. I was on one of the first shows that you did.
Oh yeah, way early. It was the comic book episode,
like deep down in the basement of Mike's house. And
yeah,
I got to say, every week that I'm here, it gets better and better and better. Every episode I watch gets better and better and better.
Of course, you say that now.
Well, I remember the first fucking episode I was on. We were all like, "Fucking, oh my god, what do we do? What do we do?" But honestly, this is a pleasure for me. Pleasure for these guys, I'm sure.
You were handpicked Jones, man. You were the first name Mike came out of his mouth. So I got to be gone for 10 weeks. I want Lynch.
I got to say that this is very humbling for me, and I want to thank you. Fucking contribute.
I got a comment. Village Idiot Control says no playlist is complete without Rick Astley. Mic drop.
Never gonna let you down.
Never gonna give you
I think
up.
that's the only one on the list.
You know what?
I've never heard anything else he's ever done.
Totally. Wait, he had another song. I can't remember it now because
exactly.
I got it in my head.
My point.
There was 2 songs.
So if we couldn't close the episode on a better note, it's fucking Rick Astley.
We're never gonna give you
Good
up.
night.
We're never gonna let you down. See you next week.
Bye.